I think that was a former gubernatorial candidate for the governorship election of the Imo State. And they went to kidnapping, they put him in the boot of the car, not because we really care about these things, because we know what's going to happen. But before that, you were warned. Everybody was warned, and nobody wanted to listen. Nobody wanted to pay attention. Our leader, Mazi Iyke, predicted this day. It's not prediction, but he knew it was going to happen because there are so many people that spoke about issues like this, and nobody actually wanted to pay attention. Today, it is happening to them. When I say to them, it is happening to us. However, they thought it was going to end up with the little ones, with the nobodies. Like according to the former governor, he said, if they can do this to gubernatorial or governorship candidate of Imo State, what will happen to the nobody? Well, that is truth. Like I said, it will keep happening. It's not going to end because we already been warned. We knew it was going to come up. But before then, let's listen to this little warning that is very good for us.
If you have an iPad here and you have access to the internet right here, I will just invite you, please go online straight away and go to wikipedia.org, Wikipedia, and type into the search engine Abuja Declaration 1989. And this information will come up. Islam in Africa held a conference in Abuja in 1989. At the end of it, they issued a declaration, and it goes to eradicate in all its forms and ramifications all non-Muslim religions in member nations. Such religions shall include Christianity. Now please note that word. To eradicate in all its forms and ramifications. Now Nigeria is a member nation. All non-Muslim religions, such religions shall include Christianity. The word Christianity in the communique was underlined. To ensure only Muslims are elected to all political posts of member nations, to ensure the appointment of only Muslims into strategic national and international posts of member nations, to ensure the ultimate replacement of all Western forms of legal and judicial systems with the Sharia, then to make sure that this strategy works, because it's going to require money. Babangida, as the self-appointed president of Nigeria, put his hand into the treasury of Nigeria, took $21 billion out and gave it to OIC, to the Islamic Development Fund of OIC, and said, take this money for the total, I'm quoting, for the total Islamization of Nigeria in particular and Africa in general. Babangida paid $21 billion of our money to turn Nigeria into an Islamic nation. And they have started. Boko Haram, don't look at it as something that is isolated to the northeast. It is meant to cover the entire nation until Christianity is eradicated in all its forms and ramifications.
All right, that's the reason why I'm airing that this morning, is that this man that was abducted inside a church. Inside a church. A church service was going on. They went in there and they arrested this man for doing nothing. What did he do? They wouldn't even be patient enough to wait at least outside the church until the service is over. Who in his right mind in that zoo will ever go to a mosque to arrest, even if it's a killer, even if it's the worst criminal on earth that's in that mosque? Can they ever have the audacity, the guts to get in there and do what they did to this man? Like I said before, I'm not lamenting for him, honestly, perfectly honest, but I'm just using him to tell the people, to tell the story of what is going to befall each and every one of us. Whether we like it or we don't like it, we can close our eyes. I told you I don't really care, because these are the people that, when Nnamdi Kanu came out, these are the people that will come up and speak up and listen to him. Don't kill the messenger. Take the message, for God's sake. Find out for yourself. Is he really telling the truth? Why are we feeling the way we are feeling? This man has come. He's a messenger. Don't kill him. Just listen to what he is saying. You know the truth. Inside of you, yourself, your inner self will tell you that this man is making sense. We just heard what Bosu said. It's a plan that they are really making sure that they are doing exactly what they want to do. They went into a church completely to take somebody like that. It doesn't matter who it is, whether it's him or somebody else, inside the church. The police, that's what they call themselves. The army, they have no respect for any religion whatsoever. We are going to see it. This is exactly what we have asked for, and that's exactly what we're going to see. Whether we like it or not, whether I want to believe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or not, I am very happy that it is happening to the people who never expected that things like this will ever happen to them. The world have been talking about it, the way Christianity is going, especially in Biafra land and the rest of Africa, some parts, and we are taking everything for granted. We think that it's not going to affect us. Of course it is going to affect each and every one of us. It's coming to us. There's no way anybody can escape it. The world knows what is going on. They are speaking about it. And many more will happen because it has not stopped happening yet. If you think it's going to just end like that, no, it's not going to. Let's listen to this.
This is an existential crisis across the Middle East. The Christian community is declining The Christian community faces an existential crisis across the Middle East. The Christian community is declining in every single country except for Israel. The reason for this are multifold, but first and foremost, the problem is that there is a concerted effort to rid the region of Christianity on the part of radical Islamists and other intolerant elements. Now, there are some in the United States that don't want to see the forest through the trees. Frankly, this is also a problem with Europeans. We will come up with all sorts of alternative theories about why Christians are in decline. But the simple fact is that the Christians are being repressed in a way they have not been for centuries. Let's look at this country by country. In Iran, where there's always been a strong Christian community, it is declining almost as quickly as the Jewish community is declining, and that simply is because of the Islamic Republic of Iran. In Lebanon, too, both Sunnis and Shiites, as well as some Christian groups which are willing to align with them, are willing to greenlight policies which are to the detriment of religious freedom. Christians feel that they can't speak up, they can't pray freely, and that they risk life and limb, and their families' life and limbs, if they try to engage in religious freedom, in free prayer, and so forth. In Iraq, too, while the Iraqi government has recognized the problems they face, we can't deny what has happened over the last 18 years with regard to the dislocation of war and also with regard to the rise of the Islamic State. We also have a situation across the region in areas like Syria where radical Islamists have targeted the Christian community. They've been caught in the crossfire of what we see going on. We could go country by country into this, but the simple facts are clear that there is a concerted effort to rid the region of Christians, much like 70 years ago, there was a concerted effort to rid the region of Jews. Now, unfortunately, the problem doesn't just rest in the Middle East. In Nigeria, for example, the Christians are under threat, especially in the Biafra region and in the southeast. There's a deliberate Fulanization campaign named after President Muhammadu Buhari's Fulani tribe. And unfortunately, they play into American denial. The Americans will try to fit everything into other narratives, for example, into a narrative of climate change, which is sending pastoralists to attack farmers, Muslim pastoralists to attack Christian farmers. The problem is that you can't say that it's a passive manifestation of climate change when some of these pastoralists are being armed with AK-47s and being bussed in from neighboring countries with the complicity and the encouragement of the Islamist leader of Nigeria. So we've got a situation across the region in which Christians are certainly under threat. Now, I would argue, as much as we talk about human rights, as much as administrations might talk about diplomacy being back, as much as we talk about democracy, religious freedom really is the canary in the coal mine. If religious communities, if Christians and other minorities are under siege, under threat, that's a direct reflection on the character of the regimes in those countries. It can't be denied, and it's time that the United States put religious freedom first and foremost. Otherwise, in less than a generation, Christianity will be gone from the region.
If you have an iPad here and you have access to the internet right here, I will just invite you, please go online straight away and go to wikipedia.org, Wikipedia, and type into the search engine Abuja Declaration 1989, and this information will come up. Islam in Africa held a conference in Abuja in 1989. At the end of it, they issued a declaration, and it goes to eradicate in all its forms and ramifications all non-Muslim religions in member nations. Such religions shall include Christianity. Now please note that word. To eradicate in all its forms and ramifications. Now Nigeria is a member nation. All non-Muslim religions, such religions shall include Christianity. The word Christianity in the communique was underlined. To ensure only Muslims are elected to all political posts of member nations, to ensure the appointment of only Muslims into strategic national and international posts of member nations, to ensure the ultimate replacement of all Western forms of legal and judicial systems with the Sharia, then to make sure that this strategy works, because it's going to require money. Babangida, as the self-appointed president of Nigeria, put his hand into the treasury of Nigeria, took $21 billion out and gave it to OIC, to the Islamic Development Fund of OIC, and said, take this money for the total, I'm quoting, for the total Islamization of Nigeria in particular and Africa in general. Babangida paid $21 billion of our money to turn Nigeria into an Islamic nation. And they have started. Boko Haram, don't look at it as something that is isolated to the northeast. It is meant to cover the entire nation until Christianity is eradicated in all its forms and ramifications.
They wrote a letter to the CAN, Christian Association of Nigeria, asking them to close down all the churches. Is this a joke? You people think it's a joke, right? It is happening, and it will keep happening. It's not going to be over. They went to the church in Imo State. Inside the church was going on. Religious service was on. They went in there and abducted somebody and brought him outside. Good thing they did not shoot him. But the point I'm trying to make here is that it's about time our people have to wake up to reality and know that this is true. This is not a joke. It is not a joke anymore. It is not a joke. It is just a
His Excellency Ugumba also returns to a heroic welcome at His Excellency Ugumba also returns to a heroic welcome in Owerri after the.
All right, this is actually not what I want to do. This is telling us when he came back, the man that they abducted, they brought him back. Let me look at the clip of when he was actually taken away. He was arrested. This is a man who was in the church, like everybody else is worshiping inside the church, and they went in there and they took him out because that's what they know how to do. It's a planned thing. It's not a mistake. It's not an accident. No. The governor of the state and the ex-governor of the state is lamenting, is crying over it, but it does not really, for me, they are crying, but they are really I'm telling you the gospel truth. I don't really care about what they say. What we're talking about is the fact that it is happening. We're warned. The tape I just played about a pastor, a bossel, happened so many years ago. That tape is as old as 2010 or 2015. A lot of people look at it like it was just a rabble-rousing. He's not giving a real message. Well, he was. The message that he was giving was something that was going to happen, and of course, we see it has happening, and it will keep happening. It's not going to end. It is never ever going to end, because this man that was abducted was taken off inside the church.
How far? Where those people go? What people? Governmental security. Why would governmental security want to arrest Uvumba? House. Let's go to the. We let the we go away. They just stand there and kidnap to go butcher one to. Oh, post government security. From St. Peter's Anglican Church, Mobile. They came here, they abducted the good butcher also. To go off there now. They do the country finish. They don't at the moment, we are just there, Mobile. Yeah, security men attached to Opus Adema stand the church premises, St. Peter's Anglican Church, and they kidnapped Tugubuche Wosu. They beat him, they shot at people, they beat that man, only the death of his mother. They beat his wife, they put him into a car. They put Tugubuche Wosu into a car boot. They fucking put Tugubuche in a car boot. Tugubuche Wosu was abducted and put inside a car boot in the presence of everybody. Blood of Jesus, 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 blood of Jesus.
All right, what we call a car boot in the zoo is the trunk. What we call trunk in this country. They take him inside the church. They went inside the church to abduct because they have no respect for Christians. I am so sorry. America is the part of the country, one of the countries that have taken away Nigeria's name from the list of terrorist organizations where they are killing Christians. Recently, it's not very far from now. Somebody went there, I don't know his name, one of the government officials, he went there and took out their name. Why? What's going on? I may ask, what is going on? Especially at this time. The former president, I remember, and I'm still saying it again, said it to them. When somebody who came here in the name of Buhari told him, I heard you are killing Christians in your country, you have to do something about it. If you don't, I will. That's how presidents talk. Not going there to take away the names of these killers, these murderers. This is inside the church. The guy who's commenting is lamenting. They went into the church, disrupted the church in an Anglican church. This church service was on. They didn't even have the gut to wait. Can they do that in a mosque? Can they ever do that or dream of doing that in any mosque? In the zoo? It's impossible. They won't do it. Why? Not even the premises. They couldn't wait on the outside. Is he going to take a helicopter and fly out from the church? If you think you really want him that badly, surround the church and wait for him to come out. You have no right, no dirt city, nothing, no reason, no living reason to get into a church where the service was going on. Not that you had to wait. You went in there and you got this man out. Just because you want him so badly. What did he do? What did he do? Everybody's lamenting. I am not sorry for them. I am telling you, because these are the people that look at us as the governor, the ex-governor said something. He said, because that's his son-in-law actually, married to his daughter. So it's like a family thing. This is the guy that ran to become the next governor. Now the incumbent one wouldn't let go. They went and brought somebody who was number 4 on the election and made him number 1. And then they said the Supreme Court, and everybody's keeping quiet. Ndimo, unagosi more until you get rid of that idiot that is there. Whatever way you're going to use to get rid of him, to put your country, your city back into what it is, Imo State is in the hell. Because somebody asked me yesterday, but I don't know how these people feel. I said, how can you know how he feels? The man has been a thief from the time he was born. I know people from his village, his community, that talk about him. In fact, I know I'm talking about highly police officer. He's late now. His wife even told me directly. He said, this man is a thief. We know him. My husband knows him. He lives in Lagos, and we know he's in the police dragnet. He is somebody who's buying himself out, but he's a criminal. He's a complete thief. And now this is a man that they made the governor. Legally, somebody who was a criminal from outside, now you make him a governor, you make him a legitimate criminal. That's what it means. So he does not really care. But it serves everybody right, especially those of them who call themselves the elites. They use that word elites. They are the top, the people on top. You know, whatever they say, that word goes. After all, who is Nnamdi Kanu? He just came out of nowhere. He is like, they will all smell that shit. I am telling you. They will all smell that shit. They're not going to go away from it. It's not going to go away. It's coming home. The chicken is coming home to roast. Before it used to be nobody's, but now they even brought him back alive because they know or smell the consequences, what's going to happen. And some people are scared. There are people that they take like that would never, ever hear about them anymore. Somebody sent me a clip to show that he came back. They brought him back with the siren, the normal noise. But after this, what will happen to it? Nothing. It will just die off. Nobody's going to talk about it anymore. And the hoodlum that they call Hope Uzodinma will continue doing what he's doing. The carnage will continue. It's not going to end, honestly. If you think he's going to just end like that, forget it. It's not going to happen. It's not going to end. It will continue. So let me before I say the governor laments, the ex-governor is lamenting. Let me see what he's saying about this whole thing.
But unfortunately, we are not able to get Declan Emelumba at this moment in time. We had reached out to him earlier and he had agreed to come on to the program. But unfortunately, just before a few minutes to this interview, he has said that he had state affairs to attend to. So at the moment, we only have Senator Rochas Okorocha with us. Good to have you join us on the program. Let's start with your initial take regarding this entire story. What happened and what led to your son-in-law's arrest?
Well, thank you. I wish you brought in the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, on this program so that I can speak eyebrow to eyebrow with him and make the statement succinctly clear for the entire world may understand the situation in Imo State and not his commissioner for information. That would be belittling. But let me say that what is happening in Imo State has turned to a banana republic. And the fact that the government of Governor Hope Uzodinma is denying the fact that he was behind this unholy act makes the matter even more serious for him to have said so. Those who attended Uche Moses' mother's burial, who are members of his House Assembly, were all suspended for attending that burial. Hope Uzodinma had made boast that on the 3rd of January, he will announce the names of those who are behind the insurgents of insecurity in Imo State. He has made so many allusions to the fact that he has owned up responsibility. But anytime he talks about denying the obviousity of the fact, makes him look little as a person, as a man in authority. So they should own up. In the first place, the vehicles that convert those government house police are Imo State government cars. And in fact, one of the patrol vehicles that carries the military that follow him is also always seen in his convoy. And the men who committed the act are men not to be in government house police. So how would he say he does not know? How would he do something and then hide and pretend that he does not know? Why does he have to lie in every situation in his life? So that is not, so he cannot say so. But if you're asking me for details of what happened, and I put it this so maybe it will be the first station to get the complete gist of what really happened. On that fateful day, the police came into the church. They were numbering their hundreds, shooting sporadically, arresting Uchemos who never resisted for once. And it is not true that the police ever issued any invitation. If you know who Uchemos is, Uchemos will gladly present himself, even on a text message from the police or phone call from the police. But that they never did. But they lied that they invited him 4 times. Then they came into the church while the sermon was going on, and there's a video to that effect. They never believed that social media could help situations like this. And they tapped on the gentleman, cocked gun in his face to shoot him. These guys never came as people who are coming to arrest. They came to abduct. The word arrest is underscoring the matter. They came to abduct him, but unfortunately for them, they were identified by some people, despite the fact that they were wearing their hoods or face mask to commit the nonsense act. They pushed out my wife, the former first lady of Imo State. They tore my daughter's dress in trying to hold back her husband from being taken away. They shot sporadically. There are more than 100 ammunitions that have been picked on the street of Nkwere. Now, and on their way going, they brushed the government house, changed the entire convoy they were with. Now, went into an Audi car, single car with 2 policemen holding Uche in between, and with a driver and one security man driving straight to Enugu. Halfway into the place, they had to remove the many of the torn clothes from Uche Nwosu and handcuffed him inside the car and took pictures of him and sent them to the governor, who was of course in charge. Now, they kept the private jet at Enugu. On arrival, they put him in a private jet and took him to Abuja, unknown to the Inspector General of Police. This was some kind of dirty job they must have done with some of the officers of the policemen in the headquarters. This was unknown because the IG I know is too clean for this kind of thing. And it's a no-nonsense IG. Maybe they thought it was past administrations of IG that they would do this kind of thing and get away with it. But this is not the first time this gentleman has done this. The question is, why do you not even allow a young man with tears in his eyes mourning the mother to come out of the church, lay ambush perhaps somewhere intelligently, and arrest him outside the church? Why must you go inside the church?
Yeah.
This is how they messed up the image of Nigeria. And wherever we go now, we become a laughing stock because of somebody like Hope Uzodinma in the face of governance of a state, which it shouldn't be in any way. Look at the level of now. He said on the 3rd, he's going to mention the names of those who have been causing insecurity in Imo State. I wish he would do that, but shed the whole thing if he does not mention those names by the 3rd. Or he should take responsibility to be the person behind all this insecurity in Imo State. People should not keep people one side and go and hide another person and mention other people's names. Look at the cooked up story they are trying to cook up by calling an armed robbery case that took place in Delta. The young man was first for court 1 month ago and he was asked questions. He mentioned nobody's name, only for him to be taken to police custody and dressed up in nice shirt and be asked and told what to say. Even then, his statement cannot be put right. But I'm glad to announce that. Let me just tell you. I'm glad to announce, maybe you don't know, that Uche Nwosu is not in the police custody. The IG has magnanimously released, let Uche Nwosu go because there's nothing whatsoever to write about that young man.
Senator, so just to confirm, is he still in custody or has he been let go?
He has been let go. In fact, he never slept even in the police station. The IG was I commend the person of the Inspector General of Police. I commend him seriously. I wish this is the image of Nigerian police. When he heard of the matter, I'm sure he was troubled. I never believed this could happen in a modern time. You know, this gentleman called Hope Uzodinma, in his deceitful manner, keep painting the picture that he has the presidency, the police, army, SSS behind him. He can do whatever he likes. He can maim and kill at will and destroy at will and do everything, and nobody will ask questions. So that is the situation we find ourselves. And everybody in Imo State lives in a state of fear. People, I wish you were in Imo State and understand the level. And I do not know why the APC government will not look into what's happening in Imo State. They are treating Imo State as if Imo State is not part and parcel of this country. And it pains me as an individual, because I was one of those who from this APC. It took 4 of us, 4 parties led by President Mohamed Buhari, by Tinubu, by Bonan, and myself to form APC. Otherwise, we would have some of these people who come today to speak on the face of this party. And this APC government has been abolished.
So one of the things we want to know, what was the reason upon which, what was the reason that was given for his arrest, or in your own words, abduction? And also, what's really going on between you and because as far as we know, both of you are the same party. Why can't this matter be resolved amicably behind closed doors?
Don't you ever use the word that we are the same party. Uzodinma has no base. I have no base for comparison between me and Uzodinma, based on party, based on personality, on anything of life. Please never compare me with Uzodinma. That would be a wrong statement. Uzodinma was never a member of the APC. Till today, Uzodinma doesn't have a word registered in his name, APC. President Mohamed Buhari failed woefully his boat, failed woefully his word. He was a member of APC. It was Oshimole and Gula Drum that brought him into what they call ticket that he never won. I think the mayor election, he came fourth, never won. And later through what they call the technicalities of Nigerian system of governance, the Supreme Court gave it to him. And instead of that man to keep quiet over an undeserved victory, he's messing it up by creating insecurity in the state. So he was never a member of this party, and Hope Uzodinma is still not a member of this party as far as I'm concerned.
All right, let me stop it there. See, the point is that the bushfowl was saying, "Kwa kwa." I said, "Why are you crying?" I said, "Because I saw them killing the chicken, because I'm going to be next." Now, Hope Uzodinma was brought in there. Now he has learned to do what his masters do: abduction, rendition. They don't arrest. They go there, they have John Wayne. Nigeria is going to face calamity upon calamity until they let Biafra go. People are not acting as if they are normal. They come to their senses after they've done what they have done. They went into a church. Church service was going on. Thank God they did not abduct the gate man in the church or the cleaner, because nobody will hear about him anymore. They abducted somebody without even the knowledge of the so-called Inspector General of Police. They took laws into their hand. Nobody's going to be punished for this. Nobody. As you've seen it, they've blown the siren already. The normal Nigerian way, they've forgotten the issue that happened. If this happened in a real country, some people will start resigning today, right now, right in the minutes. Some people will lose their job. They don't even have to be, they don't have to wait to be thrown out. They will throw in the paper themselves and say, "You know something, I'm done with this, I'm going home." But as you see it, as the world has seen it happen, with that siren that they're blowing and going back to wherever and all that, to whatever Imo State and wherever the man lives, that is the end of the story. No investigation is going to go on. No time. We'll never hear about this anymore. It's done. It's over. He is the ex-governor is recommending the IG of police or this. But what is he going to do? After now, it's over. Nobody's going to talk about it anymore. That is Nigeria way. That is the way of the zoo. That's why they call animals people who don't think. They don't behave like other people. They committed a very serious crime. You say, "Oh, embarrassment to the world." Nigeria is already an embarrassment. Nigeria, I was talking to one of my friends this morning on phone, and I said, "Nigeria, I'm telling you, somebody who has a scrotum as large as this And they try to treat it in the hospital, and all of a sudden his stomach is growing bigger. Because that's Nigeria. Their problem is insurmountable. You go from here, they handle here. Go here, because they are, I don't know. They are doing what they are doing not because they know what they are doing. They are doing it because they have what they call spiritual attack. By not letting Biafra go, all of you will diminish. This thing will keep happening. It has started from the grassroots, from the little ones, from people like us who have nobody to talk for us. But today it is touching the so-called people who think that they are everything. You know, it's not going to stop. If you think you're going to look at it and it will end tomorrow and nobody will talk about it anymore, in a waste your time. It will continue like this, and it will never stop. All right, before I open up the line for our regular conversation this morning, I can see that some people are already trying to call. I don't know what they're going to call to talk about. But let me read out a press release here. It was released on the 27th, which was yesterday, December 27, by IPOB press release. It says IPOB HODs will be live on Radio Biafra on January 1st, 2022. January 1st is the day they're going to have a broadcast. Our HOD, head of the Department of State, it says here, we, the global family and movement of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, under the command and leadership of our great leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wish to announce to the people of Biafra, both home and in diaspora, friends of Biafra and lovers of freedom, that the able head of Directorate of State of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi Iyke, will address Biafrans on Radio Biafra on Saturday, 1st of January 2022. He will highlight the achievements IPOB has recorded this year and hint on the roadmaps to our liberation. He will also address some partisan issues pertaining to our struggle for independence. IPOB has gone beyond human destruction, and it will remain so till Biafra freedom is fully achieved. Anybody can say whatever they like. IPOB remains unshakable. There is no retreat until Biafran sovereignty is fully restored. The broadcast will be simultaneously relayed live throughout our many channels, including IPOB Community Radio, Tuning Radio, Biafra FM, Facebook, satellite, and others. We, therefore, urge everybody to hook on and listen in during the broadcast. We also wish to inform Biafrans that Mazi Chinasanworu and his crew will also be on Radio Biafra for questions and answers on 30th of December. Call in during the live program for your questions on anything bothering or on our indigenous independence struggle. It's signed by my comrade, powerful media and publicity secretary for IPOB. 30th January, the day after tomorrow, Mazi Chinasanworu and the crew and the rest of them will be there to get your questions ready and ask them questions, and they will answer you. They'll give you truthful answers to whatever you want to know. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. Bothering on my session this morning, I was trying to bring up the issue of the fulanization that has been planned over the years. It is gradually given. They're writing a letter to the CA. There's the Christian Association of Nigeria to shut down the churches 5 months or thereabout. That's what they said. I can't find that clip anymore, but the IG of police, the same IG, now they went into the church, to the Anglican church, to abduct. No respect for the sanctity for religious anything. But for those of them out there, the so-called Christian Association of Nigeria, the pastors, the popes, the bishops, and whatever they call themselves, it's coming home. The thing is coming, it's getting closer to you guys, and it will get to you. There's no doubt about it. I'm not praying for that, but I know you don't need, because Nanketa, they said, a dead flies goes to the grave with a dead body. When you don't listen, when they'll bury that dead body, they'll bury you you'll be one of the people that will be buried. We are here talking about it. People have been saying about it, not just Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Other people that have spoken about it. I remember the man who keeps shouting, dialogue now. Dialogue now, the time for that is over. It will come to each and every one of us. There's no escape. The ex-governor is lamenting. I agree with him, whatever he's saying. In fact, it would be an insult for people like anybody to be compared to Hopo Uzodimma. Hopo Uzodimma is a thief. He's a graduated thief. He's a thief that had been given the honor to continue stealing. He's nobody. When men looking at him, if you know how to look at people, you look at that picture of the man and you discover that there's something inside of him, the criminal. He's a thief. He looks, if you ever run into armed robbers, when you look at them, when you look at some of them, you will see him, you see them in their face. I remember an incident, it wasn't that these were not armed robbers, these were just policemen that confronted me. One of my journeys, I was going from Lagos to the east, and they stopped me, and there was this tiny little policeman. When you look at him, you see that you discover that he just joined the police. He's just a fresh recruit, and the boss was talking, and they were talking, and he kept saying one word. He kept using, "I put it to you." I never forget those words. He said, "I put it to you that you are dubious." He never stopped using that word until I said something to him. I said, "So with all the education you have, that is the only vocabulary that you know. You've said this over 20 times since I've been here." And the boss wasn't happy the way he was talking, because it was like it was going to spoil business for him, for this man whom they think they can get some money from, and you are saying this. Because he kept saying you are dubious. So these people, the likes of Hopo Uzodimma, when you look at him on the face, you will see crookedness. You will see, my goodness, he is hard. You look at his face, the face is a hard face. He does something, he's the governor, he is not even able to agree. This day and age, what they have to understand is that there are cameras everywhere. People are taking pictures. You can run, but you cannot hide. I'm telling you. The pictures were very clear. They know, even with the hood. Why do you have to wear the hood to arrest somebody? Why? Criminals and armed robbers and terrorists, they wear the hood. The Nigerian police too wear hood. Wow. What a country. Anyway, like I said, people are watching. I just heard a video, an audio this morning, right, by, I think the man's name is Dr. Michael Rubin. He's an American. He's still saying what is going on back there in that country, in that zoo. They can run, but they cannot hide. That is Nigeria, and their problem can never end. Maybe he will do something, he will start something else. There is no way they can escape it. There's no way they can run away from this problem, because they are the ones that insinuated, they started it. Nnamdi Kanu, they went to Kenya, they abducted him. They renditioned him back to the zoo, and nobody's saying anything. It's like nobody, when you don't say anything, it will happen to somebody else. That is why they are master. They know how to rendition. They know how to go and abduct without due process. They keep doing it in their country called the zoo, and then they think they can go outside to another independent country to do the same thing and get away with it. You will not get away with it. Before I open up the line, I can see somebody here so eager to come in. There is something I read about Francis. It says Professor Francis Duru. He wrote, I like this one, that's why I'm going to read it. He said, if you are Igbo, There are questions you must ask yourself, and you must find the answer, so you begin your journey to reconcile to your God. Questions such as, let me read this, it's very interesting. It says, number one, it said, why did the British stop missionaries from evangelizing the Hausa Fulani? Why? He said, why? Then he asked the second question. He said, why did the British not make any concerted effort to destroy the traditional religion of the Yorubas? The third question, why did the British systematically destroy the traditional religion of the Igbos and unleash the full weight of their missionaries and anthropologists on the Igbo land? If you think it is because they wanted Igbos to go to heaven while they didn't care about others, then you need to think again. Then you will understand why they could not side with you during the event of 1966 to 1970. This is very good. It's a food for thought. That's what I call it. You go and think. Those of us who call themselves Unde Kamacha and they match everything. You know, there are people out there, they know everything, but believe me sincerely, they know nothing. They're just rabble-rousing, they're just talking, they're just, feeding their ego. For them, they know IPOB. They are not bodies. They are hoodlums. They are jobless people. There's some people, they use words that you just keep wondering what is wrong with these people. All right, they call you all kinds of names because they think that you're not nobody, and that they are the ones that are people. All right, the line's open for you. You can make your calls at this time. Let's go into our regular conversation this morning. But please stay focused on what you want to talk about. And this is Radio Biafra. All right, I have the first caller this morning. Caller on straight line, please tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning from here.
Mazi, good afternoon from here.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, my big brother, Mazi Iyke. I appreciate you. And our leader, Biafrans worldwide, I appreciate you. I say, our ancestors guide and protect you anywhere you are. May we protect all Biafrans all over the whole world that is fighting assiduously to make sure that we restore our kingdom and go home. And I appreciate our IPOB in Israel that come out and do the needful.
Yes.
And some of you in South Korea, we see what we are all doing. We appreciate you. Biafrans appreciate you. Mazi is your brother, which we call him from UK. Mazi, my main purpose of calling, thank you, my big brother, once more again. And the main purpose of what happened in so-called Imo State is what we call abomination and atrocity and Islamization at the same time, just like Bosu said it. Mazi, the agenda was this: go in there, kidnap the guy, and then take him away, and then shoot that gun. That gun, you see, the shoot is to dispatch people that is going to video, so that put them in a dilemma. Let everybody go to scamper so that they won't catch the view of what happened. Immediately they take him away. They will go along the side of the road, kill him, dump him on the road, and say it's a non-go man. And they will flash their media, their channel, Arise TV, and NTA, and some useless media in the news, and focus against IPOB and ESM. That was the agenda. That man is meant to be killed. Biafrans, don't be deceived. You see, all the whole traditional rulers that wrote us Okrota, put in Imo State. This man has killed them, and some of them have run away. What he does is go there, kidnap them, kill them, and dump them along the road. These are the people who disagree in some of the things he is doing in Imo State, and he's setting them up by killing them. Mazi, the clip you play right now, I have sent that clip yesterday night. Immediately I saw that clip of that interview of Rocha Sokocha where he's talking about the release and praising the Janjaweed terrorist inspector of police. I sent it to our media. Mazi, go through that interview. You will see where Rocha Sokocha called the two names of the one sax dangerous sax man. He called the name. There are two of them. He called their name. These are the people who Pozodoma is using to murder our people. And those are the people, those are those SARS who remove our brothers in their car and shot them in day broad light. He called their name. Mazi, if you have time, play that tape completely so that people will listen to the name of those two SARS. And I believe that our DOS is listening. Those two SARS, their names will be published on the wall, so the world will see them. Even anybody that get their picture should place their picture so that the whole I think one is Shaba, or you call them Shaba. Rocha Sokocha said that when he was arrested, the order was to shoot him. It's one of the policemen who asked him, who tell him to go inside the car, that the order was to shoot him. That is why he goes inside that car. If you remember when he was arrested, he called the name of those two SARS that is killing our people, and he mentioned them. He mentioned that the government should checkmate what SARS is doing in Imo State. Mazi, what I'm telling IPOB is this: listen, if we stay and this Fulani take over our land, you see the white people, they will write it and place it in their gallery here as for people to read. But when we tell them, when we come and tell them that these people have taken over our land, you know what they will ask us? Why didn't we fight? These are white people for you. They will ask us this question: why didn't you put up resistance? That is why I'm calling an IPOB. Don't be these murderers thinking they are killing their own brothers. You think you are a hero when you kill your own brother? These criminals that Hope Uzodinma are using, we will resist Hope Uzodinma in Imo State, and we will resist the Fulani Janjaweed because they are the one using Hope Uzodinma to commit atrocity. Their anger is this: ESM drove away all the criminals, all the Sahel terrorists they bring in our land. ESM successfully drove them away. Fulanis are not happy. That is why you see them bringing all this. They are the ones fueling this insecurity. There is no insecurity in Imo State when you hear they take over, but they use more pools of them to fuel this insecurity in Imo State. The agenda was to kill Igbo people. That is why I'm saying that our American government will not deny it. They are aware of what Buhari regime is doing in our land. British government is aware. British government is supporting them, arming them to kill Igbo people. Biafra created the war that this war of 1967 that Britain sweep under the carpet. The war hasn't finished. They have come now to kill Igbo people. So that let's put it out for the whole world so that anytime we start, nobody will hold us responsible. I want to be a hero, not a coward, to make sure that this man that is parading himself, Biafrans, be a hero. That is what white man always said. We will make sure when he comes here, Britain always hide him. Where would they hide him? We don't know. Anywhere you see that man that is parading as a Buhari, grab him. You can hear Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released. I know these people will not label. Because what they are wanted us to do, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be free. Nigerian government, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi, let me leave it here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think I have to go back to that video towards the end of the program. Because now that you've made some important point, I never listened to the video to the end. I was just using it just to make a point, to try to explain to people that Asina, what goes around comes around. You went to Kenya, abducted our leader, put him in jail, and the world is saying nothing. So you think it's the same thing. It's going to end up for them. No, it's coming down into Biafra land. It is coming there. Imo State can never find peace. Not Imo State alone. The entire zoo will never find peace until they let Biafrans go. That's our session, and there is no doubt about it. I have a call on straight line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mazi Iyke. May Elohim Chukwu Okike Adama bless you.
Bless you too.
Bless those who are working assiduously to restore the kingdom of God on earth, which is Biafra.
Yeah.
I am Mazi Iyke. I heard from Abuja in one local government, Olu Province, not Imo State. Imo State is a slave name.
Yes.
Imo State is a sugarcane name. They get that name, not from Imo State. Mazi, may Elohim bless you.
Yes.
And let Elohim release our leader, Nnamdi, Kanu, the savior of our time. And let me sing this song a little before I proceed. Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. Why I sing this song? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say all these things. What happened in Imo State now? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu prophesied about it. But our people refuse because of jealousy, greed, and envy. The clip that you play, Rota Sokrota is crying. During the time of Rota Sokrota in Imo State, what does Rota Sokrota do to our women? Lock our women inside hell. This Rota Sokrota somewhat just destroy Imo State. Yes. Because I used to ask Rota Sokrota that crying now, where is your towel on your neck? A gay man, a homosexual. So the life of indigenous people in that place they call Imo State. We know, Mazi, we know. Mazi, some of Divinity they are prophets. And Divinity will see some the hand of many things. Man, let everybody go and listen to the music of Lucky Dube, and then you will see this man destroyed Imo State. The youth of Imo State, homosexual. Now you hope to crying. They are crying. It's coming. That is Lord of karma. That is Lord of karma, and they are going to see it. They killed IPOB, nobody talked, nobody said anything. All this autonomous community, they are on the run because this vampire is pursuing them. And they are going to run. Is it not that any people that are calling churches, church cannot do anything. The church in Nigeria is a church of coward life. The church in Nigeria is a church of greedy and jealous and foolishness. The church in Nigeria is a church of fear. After all, Catholic and Muslim, is it not the same thing? Is it not sister to Catholic? Is it not sister to Muslim? Let's go to history. They can't do anything. In a church, an occultic man built the house single-handed. What do you think that will happen there? Part of the chairs in the church they was bought by an occultic man. What does he mean? The pastor cannot talk. Reverend Father cannot talk. That jeep that Reverend Father is driving, who bought that jeep for? Is he not a politician? Can he talk? He cannot talk. They have sold the church. The pastors, clergymen, bishop, arch-reverend, doctor, or bishop, they have sold the church in the street in the Nigeria, called Nigeria, and they have gone and it has gone. They can't really do it again because church cannot do anything. That's why they do that thing. Is it not a Mazi 2006? They went to another state in the church and kill some people in the church. Is it not the same Catholic church in Anambra? Yeah. They say it's a one man from South Africa. That case, is it open? That case, is it not closed? So the church in Nigeria is a church of stupid and hopeless and coward people. They can't do anything. But IPOB is here. Yes. Let them get ready. Let them release man and they can. That man is an innocent man. What is coming to Nigeria, they can't tell it. And I want to prophesy before the Jews and prophet pastors are prophesy. I want to tell Nigeria, you see, 2022 is the year that Nigeria is going to cry and nobody is going to help Nigeria. 2022 is the year people who get beautiful car, beautiful house will leave their house, leave their vehicle and run away and begin to ask God, what am I done? 2022, you people are going to see hell. I am prophesying to Nigerians now, those who want Nigeria, and 2022, more journalists in Nigeria is going to die. All these radio journalists, they are going to die. Let somebody write this thing that I'm saying today. This thing, journalists in Nigeria are going to die like a fowl. Also, like Nigeria police and the army, they are going to die like a chicken. Martin, bless you. God send Martin Nnamdi and the IPOP. Nothing man can do. The jealousness of them cannot stop the kingdom of God, and nobody can fight his maker and go free. May Elohim bless you. We are on ground. God bless you, my brother.
God bless you. All right. Thank you so much. I have another one coming in on Principal Officer's line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yes. Then I put us in the Yami, sir.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Yes, Mazi Peters, who don't quote Kabam aggregation, but the Jishike. Then I put us, and then give you all that WhatsApp line again, no because can register our day because. Then I put us, Jishike, come maybe over. Biafrans all over the world, don't quote Kabam and I keep in a little bit that I need. Oh, I get no, I want that our woman Biafra. We are a race that have been existing before other races start existing. And they want to remove us from our own land. First January. All the SNN anymore. They cannot even go inside our bush and fight them. They are inside the town and be killing us and be doing Janjaweed market for us. Dara. Biafrans all over the world. Anywhere you are, remain for me, devil. No shake. You see that our brother, we just finished speaking now. He said, this 2022, the prophecy. We want all the pastors to go run away. Now we get time. Now we then I can share and the Biafrans. I think you people had the press release of our HOD and the same clip that I put that particular speech. That man that is telling Biafrans they are there. Where did bury but they came to our land and spoil our oil. I'll be telling us that NFRC, Biafrans are going to heal it. I bought to go to them, NFRC. I bought to NFRC. I will take all the Tuparu, Kelequendi, NFRC. Even them Mozaini, the maybe she has NFRC. People tell Jesus, tell that Peter, new one as Jesus Christ. And I say, I'm in tacticals, but look at what happened. Emma, let's see what happened for you.
All right.
Just pay another like American government want to kill. And therefore, people don't know that we are finished. Nobody will save you people. Take your big around this message. Oh, then the chicken goes to Kokada Masim Zenga, Serak chapter 12, from verse 1 to end. You're going to go. That's the one. Oh, we take carry the no bastard can dare you. You are fulfilling your destiny. And the no get anywhere can dare you. Is that bastard? You are coming back to your fatherland.
Thank you. Let's go. Round it up. I'm not up now. Biafrans, second address, chapter 14, from verse 1 to end. And second address, chapter 15. From the saying Dr. Hala, I want to quite them and I want to get some more officers. I need to Paloja for the Botana. Break our little Gaza, Dara, everything I'm going to quit other. Let's get money about me and I can for an air. I like better for Yaka, now for Namco, all right, thank you very much. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. My name is Mazi Iyke. The number here is 646-920-4541. 845-344-7984, 929-406-9953. We're also on Signal. The Signal line is 845-283-9665. You can call me there and any of the lines. It is happening in the zoo because we keep quiet. When things happen, the way the zoo has gotten to this level that it is today It's because in the past, things happen and nobody talks about them. When it happens there, you point to the other side because it doesn't happen in your domot or in your vicinity or within your own person. You don't really care. So today, it's spreading over 100 years since independence. A useless and hopeless combination that the British people came and put us together, that is not leading us anywhere, and we know that it's never going to lead anywhere. Disaster is what we always entail to Nigeria, and there's no way they can change all that. We're keeping quiet. Somebody's warning us. The Fulanization thing didn't start today. These people have been planning it over the years, and because we kept quiet, it is now coming to our doorstep. Caller, good morning. I have a call on Principal Officer's line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi, good morning, sir. My name is Innocent. I'm calling from Oka. I thank you people for your efforts. I don't know to see what you are trying for us, but I believe Biafra will come as we expected now. So I'm praying for you people. Let you people be sincere as you people started from the money and still you get what you want. So I'm not happy about the way our leader is. So I just want to call you just to express myself. Because I'm not happy for where our leader is. So I'm praying that our leader will come out in good health. So,
all right, thank you very much.
You and Ali here, make una just stay strong as I just whenever I hear your voice, I always be happy because it's a voice of freedom. So freedom is not easy, but you people give us a hope. Because we believe that the Biafra will come and when.
All right, your line is breaking up. I don't know.
What the administration does that puts effort about this. Okay, sir.
All right, thank you so much. Your voice is not like what I said before. If you want to make a call directly and if you're going to use WhatsApp, please go to the WhatsApp line. If you try to call the other lines, you will come through. But you know something, that's exactly what is happening now. While you're calling, somebody is trying to come in on the direct line, and that makes it impossible for us to hear what you're saying. So if you always want to use WhatsApp and you think you're doing it on WhatsApp, that's okay, but go to the WhatsApp line, which is 845-344-7984. I repeat, the WhatsApp line is 845-344-7984. If you use that line, line will be heard directly, but if you want to call, use the direct line on that line. Sometimes it doesn't work out well, sometimes it does. Caller, good morning. I have a call on straight line. Good morning. Tell us your name and what you're calling.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to the program.
Since 4 or 5 days now, I behind the off my boy.
The boy Okay.
Help us.
Okay, no problem. From a Ebonyi State,
Thank
right?
You, sir.
Okay,
Ebonyi the office is 5 days.
Okay. They will do something about it. I know the technicians are listening, and they're eventually going to do something about it. I'm so sorry to hear that. It's not on purpose. Nobody turns out the radio on purpose. Sometimes the weather, the rain, anything can disrupt. But when it stays too long, then it becomes a problem. So now that you have reported, my brother, I'm sure that something has to be going to be done about it. Please call us. The lines are still open. 646-920-4541. I think even this the radio line, I think we have to open up a special line for that, so that if there's any problem, just call in straight, and the engineers, they will look into that. I think I'll make that suggestion, that the line be opened exclusively for any region where there's no power, there's no radio going on, the radio is being disrupted. So we call that special line as an emergency line, so that that will be taken care of. I hope our leaders are listening to this broadcast today, and if not, we'll still have to put it out in the forum for them to know that how important it is. Because when this radio is not talking, it looks like you are completely in the dark, and you don't need that. I have a call on WhatsApp. Let's see. Caller on WhatsApp, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, Mazi Iyke.
Welcome to the program.
Yes, my name is Innocent Chibo. I'm a principal officer anyway. I'm calling presently from Germany.
Okay.
You people are doing very, very great.
Thank you, sir.
I thank you all for having brought us this far. It is my wish to send greetings to our leader, our able leader, where he is right now. And I am very, very happy to express a kind of feeling today that I noticed or I observed that the hardcore Biafrans did not celebrate Christmas. And such gladdens my heart. On my Facebook wall, I say, why will I celebrate Christmas when my leader is not available with us? I also say that my new year begins the day my leader is set free. And I believe so many people will follow suit. There is another thing I noticed. The best protest, Biafra protest in the recent time was carried out yesterday. The best ever. Why did I call it the best? I saw children on the streets from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old happily clapping and singing praise to Chukwu Kabiama. And most importantly, being guided by men with Mbara Moses. And I told people around that if these men had not come out with Mbara Moses, the zoo would have come shooting our minors, our children, our teenagers, scaring and stopping them from exercising their freedom to associate and freely enjoy the festive period with their relatives that came from abroad and all walks of life. So I thank those men on ground who were able to guide and lead in procession those people who expressed, their unite or end of the year. I thank them immensely because it is up. And I thank all the people that are making us proud as well on the radio from the first day of this year to the present day. They all have families, they all have other works to do. They also have their itineraries and load of work, but they make out the time to make us proud. I thank you all. I thank you for upholding the principles, the structure that Nnamdi laid down. I thank you for being supportive to the DOS. May Chukwu Kabiama guide, protect, and endow you with all of your endeavor. And above all, may I wish every one of us freedom of our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. May I wish us all Biafra in the nearest future. That is why I called.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you so much. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're still taking calls. I have a call on the principal officer's line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Caller on principal officer's line. Are you there?
Yes, I'm there. Please, Peters, what I need from you now to call the WhatsApp number slowly. Let us know the specific WhatsApp number you are using. Please, that is why I called. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I'll call up the number. The number is 845-344-7984. That line is permanently dedicated to WhatsApp. If you call me on that line, you will not be interrupted in any shape or form. If you call the other lines, I will still get them, but those other lines are not dedicated to WhatsApp, so any other call that comes in when you are on, you'll be interrupted. So take down this number again. I repeat, it's on WhatsApp line is 845 is 344-7984. 845-344 7984. That line is dedicated, like I said, exclusively to WhatsApp. If you call on that line, your calls will not be interrupted in any shape or form. But if you call the other lines, it still go on WhatsApp, like the principal officer's line, it can go on WhatsApp, the straight line can go on WhatsApp. But when you get a call there, when you try to call on that line and somebody is calling, unfortunately you'll be interrupted. But if you go to the dedicated line that is exclusively WhatsApp, nobody can take you out. WhatsApp cannot, anybody that's going to call is going to call on WhatsApp also. So WhatsApp will not push out WhatsApp, but the regular calls do push out the other ones. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. Call us. The lines are still open. 646-920-4541. And WhatsApp line 845-344-7984. +1-929-406-9953 is the line for the principal officers and the ladies.
Called by the name of God, the Creator. Wise men from the east, south, and the middle. Great Biafran people. We take it to idol worship and we lost the face of our God. And as we wallowed in idol worship, the British entered in. Trading on the night, exploiting your people, trading by barter. You give me palm oil and take soup to them yesterday. I brought in civilization, brought in your religion, and told the God America. And we embraced them. I never knew them got a Tyrian water. With religious pitted us amongst our brethren. With denomination, tear us apart. Building churches, schools and hospitals. We never knew we had to pay this much to be your place forever. So we fought so hard against them systems, fighting against them schism. We fought so hard against them systems, fighting against them schism. But our lives have gone poor. At the very spot we left out when we got. Now is the time to be restored. Great Biafra be restored. I want freedom for my people. Freedom for Biafra. Biafra, land of the rising sun. Land of the rising sun. Biafra, my home, my father. The descendants of Abraham. Biafra, from Father Isaac. The descendants of Jacob. Biafra is a reality. My fatherland. My original legend.
Why are you people lying? Why don't you tell them they want an independent Biafra? Oh, they're fighting for their freedom. So we owe everything to Chukwuka who asked us to come. Not by our own might, nor power, nor will, but by the grace of the Most High.
Back in 1914, amalgamation, colonial masters, criminal masters, mercenaries.
All right, I have a call coming in on straight line. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good afternoon, sir.
Welcome to the program.
Very good afternoon. Can you hear me? Yeah, thank you so much. Good afternoon, dear friends. Good afternoon, Lord of some freedom. My name is Nnamdi. I'm calling out precisely from Ipob in the local government under Abia province. I remain resolute to my leader, and I remain resolute to every council officer, and I remain resolute to the leadership of IPOB. So the election lead us to a union that our leader is coming out in victory. Thank you once again. Sir, I want to thank you for being consistent, because I really initiated with IPOB. When we talk about those who are consistent, it's all about IPOB. When we talk about IPOB, we talk about consistency too. So I love you, and I keep on loving you, whichever way I love you. So I just want to thank us once again. And another thing is this. The third you played, I came to realize that many people, however, not even among the IPOs, have listened to this step. But the problem individuals have is that, like my leader said, is that it's not about the information. He himself is even happy that he has passed the message. But the problem is, what will the people do with the information beneath the message? You see, people always have a source to get information, but they don't utilize it. They don't utilize it perfectly. So these are the challenges we are having. Now, if they are locking up a church, or the church, or however, how they want to call it, for 5 months, 5 years, 10 million days, and whatever, I think that's, and, how do I say, the signal to the whole world that we need to wake up and go back to our roots. Because we have been having these challenges, and nobody is acknowledging that there is a spiritual reason that we should go back to who we are. This man is not against any religion. Our father, Mazi Iyke, is not against any religion. But he's trying to let us understand that we should hold fast to what we have. And in our ID, which is Biafra, and also as Africa, though Africa was not given to us as a name by our forefathers, that we should acknowledge who we are and remain resolute with that. And things will begin to flourish. If you go to our farm, if your fruit cassava looks like an ant hill. If you go to our farm, our barn, our yams looks like a broom. This is because something is wrong somewhere. And some people are dying inside church saying that Satan will die. Satan cannot die. God has never permitted Satan any day to die. So it is only when we acknowledge who we are that things become perfectly. There is a lecture, captioned, in unity, diverse we stand what is by our Mazi, what's his name, Uncle Joe, Mazi Jonathan, sometime early last year. And that message was so interesting that I wanted to play it back, because people have been lost with understanding that religion lies so much in the tradition of life. Because tradition of life, serious as in it outweighs anything that has to do with religion. So the people are seeing it as if we are playing games here, laughing, look at them, somebody told me a few days ago that the man is insulting him. I say, are you giving attention to insult, or are you giving attention to the cause which the person is driving into? Which one are you living with? You are elderly to me and you're telling me that Nnamdi is insulting people. Which way are you going? Are you going with the option that because of the insult you're not going to redeem your heritage, or are you going with the message lying beneath it? So in summary, I want to appreciate you, because each time people stand here, these idiots who are not even eyewitness to the war those days, they become ashamed of themselves. And those of your contemporaries, or maybe you should use the word, these of your fellow veterans who are also dying in the peanuts that they are giving to them, leading us to a destructive generation. Some of them, most of them in that city, will also feel ashamed of themselves. So I just want to thank you. Keep on like we always acknowledge that slogan. I love you all. I love you, Biafrans. That's for now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're still taking calls at 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984. That's the WhatsApp line. And when you call us on WhatsApp, that'll be easy for you. If you're using the WhatsApp, please go to WhatsApp line and make your calls from there. Because if you call in the regular line, you might be disrupted. All right? This is Radio Biafra. We're still here taking calls. Call us. The lines are still open for you. Very much.
Think come is a prince, I don't come again, you know.
And the tones the big lord.
Oh, promise to the success. And the microphone. Change. You don't tell where we dey fight for this freedom. You don't tell where we dey fight for this freedom. All we need is the referendum. 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 Tell me what to do, tell me what you do, tell me what you see, tell me what you see, tell me what you know. When we talking about the referendum.
All right, caller, good morning. Caller on what's principal officer's line. Good morning. Wow, the line just went off. All right, let's go back. You'll call us back if you're calling on principal officer's line. Your line just went off. I don't know why.
But because of Guru, the focus to come out. I remember when my father they tell me about the war. Then spend so much money just to cumulate. Success in one my typically go man. You don't tell where we dey fight for this freedom. You don't tell where we dey fight for this freedom. All we need is the referendum. All we need is the referendum. All we need is the referendum. All we need is the referendum.
All right, caller, good morning. Call on straight line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. All right, the line just went off again. Let me take another one on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good afternoon from here, Mazi Peters. Good afternoon.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mazi. May Elohim bless you. Mazi, my name is Chukwemeka Mabuzo. I'm calling from Italy. Mazi, all these days and that our leader is being kidnapped. Well, I'm nobody, but I'm too much upset, and I don't know what do we do. I don't know whether we can only dwell on the legal system, which the zoo don't respect and don't obey, and they will play their usual game. I think I've been suggesting our 1 million march. Our 1 million march, one single 1 million march or 2 million march, which was proposed last 2 years before the COVID. I think I'm just guessing anytime we talk about 1 million march, the COVID issue begin to rise up. Either they are talking about, I don't know whether deliberately against us or any other thing. You never foresee that this world, they are conspired against us. And then, as they said, they always do well in the Europeans and America do well in the resources from Africa. They don't want us to rise up. Any president rise up to talk about it, and then how do we do to move Africa? They will come against the president. Either they kill him or they make sure that they create destabilization in that country and make sure that they fall down and begin to rise from the dust. If you watch almost Sahara Africa, most of the countries in Sahara Africa are into conflict, either war or somehow agitation problem, one another. And the oil and their platinum and the other thing will be going out as well, paying to, as what they did during Biafra war,
Britain dry oil and asking who do we pay the money to? Is that to Nigerian government or to Biafran government? And they have been taking oil and asking who to give money. I think it's a very big problem. So what am I saying? I says that we should not dwell in all this illegal system. Will match to the authority where it is. I don't know where they needed to hear from us and demanded to release our leader, because I'm worried about our leader. This man did nothing and be in prison for almost 6 months now, and not only in prison, just DSS custody, and they have been treating him bad. Of course, we know that. So I'm totally worried. I don't know what we do. We'll march protests, even 2 days protests, 1 week protests, even go to the UN and demand to release our leader with immediate effect.
All right, thank you.
And that is my concern.
No.
So the authority concerned on IPOB should organize this. This is what I'm talking about. Thank you, Mazi Iyke.
All right, thank you very
much. God bless you.
God bless you too. All right, this is Radio Biafra. The point is that everybody, you have the right to your opinion. Nobody's happy that our leader is there, but we have to understand that we are not really per se. The more you follow the legal process, the more you are making problem more difficult for the zoo. See, the idea is that they want us to go out and start behaving like them. Well, we are not saying that they are right or they are going to change, but we are giving them time, giving them a long rope, which is yielding some good information. It's yielding up well, to be honest with you. When they are starting to abduct people and render them and put them in the boot of the car, and without even proper legal following the legal process, don't you think do you think that is a good image for them? Of course it is not. It is not a good image for them, and the time will come for all these things that you are saying. You have made your suggestion. Your suggestion is well accepted, well heard. Our people the leaders are listening. That they don't carry it out today and tomorrow does not mean you are ignored. Nobody is happy, to be honest with you. Nobody out there, not even those who are not Biafrans, are happy that somebody can be abducted in a foreign country, and then they are beginning to use the same word that we have been using. I read Okorocha, what he said, and when they start talking about kidnapping, abducting, and if one of our brothers here that called made a very important point. The point that the plan was to kill this man and dump him somewhere, and then accuse, as usual, IPOB or unknown gunmen, whatever. But unfortunately for them, there are cameras all over the place. They're shooting the guns and to scare people away, and nobody was scared away. They just sat down there lovely and did what they have to do. Caller, good morning. Caller on Principal Officer's line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Caller on Principal Officer's line. Your line is open.
Hello?
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Mazi Iyke.
Ndewo.
My name is Chukwu Manuel. I greet you once again for all your effort on this journey. Kikokikabiama will be your strength on the other platforms. I want to start from what happened to Owerri, Imo State, in the church. I think this is about 3 or 4 times something has happened in the church. Sometimes this year, it was in Enugu, where these Fulani terrorists go to the church and arrest as many people as possible and carry them away from the church. Then this one happened to Willie. Somebody will go to the church and start shooting like war front in the church. And somebody somewhere is here as a pastor
or as a reverend, and the whole thing happened. Who is the leader of the church in Nigeria? Who is the current president in Nigeria? Who is taking care of Christianity in Nigeria? Can you do this nonsense for the Fulanese church and the Muslim church? Why the Muslim have taken upper hand so much that they can use this Christianity and play it anyhow, and nobody will ask question? I don't know how long our people will reason and to know that Nigeria has expired. If the Christianity in Nigeria is defending their members as it is supposed, by now the world Christianity, we know what is happening in Nigeria. But the worst of the whole thing is that the so-called Christian, none of them are ready to say that to defend their members. Instead, they will go to the Fulanese and the so-called APC and PDP and collect money, deceiving their members. How long these people will know that IPOB is their savior? How long these people who say they are Christian in Nigeria, the bishop, these people is another set of politicians. They are not men of God. They are working for their, what they know is tithe and offering. Every Sunday they collect it and they carry it away. The people inside the church are blind. They don't know where they are going. I hope if Radio Biafra will go to all round of Biafra land, even in general in Nigeria, a protest will go against the church, because the church leaders are not doing anything to save their people. What they are interested in is that tithe offering, promising somebody to go to heaven while you are in hell, because the heaven and the hell are here on earth. A good government is heaven here on earth. A bad government like Nigeria is hell on earth. You are talking about the one nobody have ever reached to that place, leaving the one you are inside.
Thank you.
I hope a time will come, people will open eyes to know they are deceived by religion in Nigeria.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra. All right, thank you so much. This is Radio Biafra, USA 2. It's 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984, 929-406-9953. The line for the principal officers. All right, before I go, let's see if I can take one or two more calls before I call it a day. And before I leave this place, I'm still going to go back to Rochas Okorocha's lamentation about his brother-in-law, his son-in-law, actually, not brother-in-law, son-in-law who was abducted illegally. And they are all talking about it now. Today, Nnamdi Kanu is in there, renditioned from Kenya. Nobody's found anything. If these people that are talking now had gotten up and say, listen, we have committed an offense. This is unacceptable. No, Rochas Okorocha is a senator, isn't he? Why are they not talking? They are waiting until the chicken comes home to roast. They are waiting until they get feel of it, until it gets to them. And that is what has happened. Because if they go and do it to somebody else and nobody says anything, they want to go out and do it to many more people. Okay, let me take one more call and then I will go straight to that video because I need us to listen to it. Caller, good morning. Caller on WhatsApp, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, this is Mazi Iyke. I'm calling from New Delhi in India. Long time.
Yes, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Yes, Mazi, my contribution, I did not start the program when I just enter when they're making call. But I want to congratulate our people from Israel on what they did there yesterday. and urge our people from all over the world. It's time to show our strong. Remember, this struggle is a consistency with the earth. So let us move on protest. We see what they did it in Israel. We heard, we see. Let us rethink. Let us emulate them. Let us move in our protest as usual. This Biafra, it is protest. That's our weapon we are having is protest. We living in diaspora. Remember, in every struggle, there's a time those paid people will come to bring problem, but it is consistency. We're going to bring everything down. Even if you enter ship, even if you enter flight, there's time to be shaking, and the pilot will say, "Don't move, stay one place." And at a time, if we hear the noise, pim, you begin the move. So, as our people, it is time for us to start protest all over the world. Let us have a target. A target means whom we are going to protest. Let us make contacts and to free ourselves from Nigeria. We have seen Nigeria day by day getting worse. Yesterday is better than today, and today is better than tomorrow. That is ahead in Nigeria. There's nothing will be good there again. So it is me and you. God has made us to leave Nigeria and be here to speak to those matters, those who can be able to help us to free ourselves from Nigeria. All hail Biafra, Mazi.
All hail Biafra. All right, thank you very much. Now this brings me. I've turned out all the phone lines, and I'm going to air this lamentation by Rocha Sokorocha by his son-in-law. And the reason why I'm mocking him or anybody, but I'm only trying to make a point that you don't wait until it happens to somebody, until it happens to you before you can open up. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was abducted from Kenya. You all are there. In the Senate House, we never spoke about it. For you, it's okay. As long as it's Mazi Nnamdi Kanu who has done absolutely nothing. You went to a foreign country, developed their law, devoured the law of the country, and brought him into Nigeria. And all of you are there sitting down, nobody's saying. Just yesterday, they went in there and they were show of shame. They went to a church and abducted your in-law. Your son-in-law was abducted. Now you are talking. Now you are lamenting. Many more will come to all of you. Let's listen to this. I don't want to take any more calls. There's somebody trying to call me, but I said it before that I've shut down the phone lines. I'm not taking any more calls until anything you have to ask me or talk to me about, please refer it to Mazi Iyke. Let's listen to Rocha Sokorocha's lamentation.
Information, Declan Emelumba. But unfortunately, we are not able to get Declan Emelumba at this moment in time. We had reached out to him earlier and he had agreed to come on to the program. But unfortunately, just before a few minutes to this interview, he has said that he had state affairs to attend to. So at the moment, we only have Senator Rocha Sokorocha with us. Would you have you join us on the program? Let's start with your initial take regarding this entire story. What happened and what led to your son-in-law's arrest?
Well, thank you. I wish you brought in the governor of Imo State, proposed him on this program so that I can speak Ipob to Ipob with him and make the statement succinctly clear for the entire world may understand the situation in Imo State and not his commissioner for information. That would be belittling. But let me say that what is happening in Imo State has turned to a banana republic. And the fact that the government or Governor Opozadima is denying the fact that he was behind this unholy act makes the matter even more serious for him to have said so. Those who attended Uche Moses' mother's burial, who are members of his House Assembly, were all suspended for attending that burial. Opozadima had made boast that on the 3rd of January, he will announce the names of those who are behind the insurgents of insecurity in Imo State. He has made so many allusions to the fact that he has owned up responsibility. But anytime he talks about denying and the obviousity of the fact, makes him look little as a person, as a man in authority. So they should own up. In the first place, the vehicles that conveyed those government house police are Imo State government cars. And in fact, one of the patrol vehicles that carries the military that follow him is also always seen in his convoy. And the men who committed the act are men not to be in government house police. So how would he say he does not know? How would he do something and then hide and pretend that he does not know? Why does he have to lie in every situation in his life? So that is not, so he cannot say so. But if you're asking me for details of what happened, and I put it this so you can, maybe it will be the first session to get the complete gist of what really happened. On that fateful day, the police came into the church. They were numbering their hundreds, shooting sporadically, arresting Uchenwos who never resisted for once. And it is not true that the police ever issued any invitation. If you know who Uchenwos is, Uchenwos will gladly present himself, even on a text message from the police or phone call from the police. But that they never did. But they lied that they invited him 4 times. Then they came into the church while the sermon was going on, and there's a video to that effect. They never believed that social media could help situations like this. And they tapped on the gentleman, cocked gun in his face to shoot him. These guys never came as people who are coming to arrest. They came to abduct. The word arrest is underscoring the matter. They came to abduct him, but unfortunately for them, they were identified by some people, despite the fact that they were wearing their hood or face mask to commit the terrorist act. They pushed out my wife, the former first lady of Imo State. They tore my daughter's dress in trying to hold back her husband from being taken away. They shot sporadically. There are more than 100 ammunitions that have been picked on the street of Nkwere. Now, and on their way going, they brushed the government house, changed the entire convoy they were with. Now, went into an Audi car, single car with 2 policemen holding Uche in between, and with the driver and one security man driving straight to Enugu. Halfway into the place, they had to remove many of the torn clothes from Uche Nwosu and handcuffed him inside the car and took pictures of him and sent out to the governor, who was of course in charge. Now, they kept the private jet at Enugu. On arrival, they put him in a private jet and took him to Abuja, unknown to the Inspector General of Police. This was some kind of dirty job they must have done with some of the officers of the policemen in the headquarters. This was unknown because the IG I know is too clean for this kind of thing. And it's a no-nonsense IG. Maybe they thought it was past administrations of IG that they would do this kind of thing and get away with it. But this is not the first time this gentleman has done this. The question is, why do you not even allow a young man with tears in his eyes mourning the mother to come out of the church, lay ambush perhaps somewhere, intelligently, and arrest him outside the church? Why must we go inside the church? This is how they messed up the image of Nigeria. And wherever we go now, we become a laughing stock because of somebody like Hope Uzodinma in the face of governance of a state, which he shouldn't be in any way. Look at the level of, now he said on the 3rd, he's going to mention the names of those who have been causing insecurity in Imo State. I wish he would do that, but shame the whole thing if he does not mention those names by the 3rd. Or he should take responsibility to be the person behind all this insecurity in Imo State. People should not keep people one side and go and hide another person and mention other people's names. Look at the cooked up story they are trying to cook up. By calling an armed robbery case that took place in Delta. The young man was first for court 1 month ago and he was asked questions. He mentioned nobody's name. Only for him to be taken to police custody and dressed up in nice shirts and being asked and told what to say. Even then his statement cannot be put right. But I'm glad to announce that. Just let me just tell you. I'm glad to announce, maybe you don't know, that Uche Nwosu is not in the police custody. The IG has magnanimously released, let Uche Nwosu go because there's nothing whatsoever to write about that young man.
Senator, so just to confirm, is he still in custody or has he been let go?
He has been let go. In fact, he never slept even in the police station. The IG was I commend the person of the Inspector General of Police. I commend him seriously. I wish this is the image of Nigerian police. When he heard of the matter, I'm sure he was troubled. I never believed this could happen in a modern time. You know, this gentleman called Opposodema, in his deceitful manner, keep painting the picture that he has the presidency, the police, army, SSS behind him. He can do whatever he likes. He can maim and kill at will and destroy at will and do everything, and nobody will ask questions. So that is the situation we find ourselves. And everybody in Imo State lives in a state of fear. People, I wish you were in Imo State and understand the level. And I do not know why the APC government will not look into what's happening in Imo State. They are treating Imo State as if Imo State is not part and parcel of this country. And it pains me as an individual, because I was one of those who from this APC, it took 4 of us, 4 parties, led by President Mohamed Buhari, by Tinubu, by Obonan, and myself, to form APC. Otherwise, we would have some of these people who come today to speak on the face of this party. And this APC government has been rubbished.
Okay, so one of the things we want to know, what was the reason upon which, what was the reason that was given for his arrest, or in your own words, abduction? And also, what's really going on between you and Opposodema? Because as far as we know, both of you are of the same party. Why can't this matter be resolved amicably behind closed doors?
Don't ever use the word that we're the same party. Opposodema has no base. I have no base for comparison between me and Opposodema, based on party, based on personality, on anything of life. Please never compare me with Opposodema. That would be a wrong statement. Opposodema was never a member of the APC. Till today, Opposodema doesn't have a word registered in his name, APC. President Mohamed Buhari fed woefully his boat, fed woefully his word. He was a member of the APC. It was a Shimole and Gulag drum that brought him into what they call ticket that he never won. I think the mayor election, he came fourth, never won. And later through what they call the technicalities of Nigerian system of governance, the Supreme Court gave it to him. And instead of that man to keep quiet over an undeserved victory, he's messing it up by creating insecurity in the state. So he was never a member of this party, and Opposodema is still not a member of this party as far as I'm concerned. Opposodema was never elected by people of Imo State and was never so elected. He was the most unpopular human being and has never won an election in his life. But for any reason, but the court has given to him from technicalities of lawyers not presenting paper the way they should present, given. I don't know what it is. But Opposodema never won that election. And that's why you see the hand of God on daily visits in the state, crying for justice. And the people of Imo State are crying for justice, because the gentleman that won this election was Uche Musu, Abinishu and Isofato. He never won, but he was taken out of him by the political cabals who didn't want to see anything good that will happen in Imo State. APC is Rochas, and as far as I'm concerned, he's not a member of the APC.
Or the abduction or the arrest of Uche Musu, has there been any reason given, now that he has been released, reasons given as to why he was accosted in such a violent manner?
Okay, let me
reasons been?
Now listen, if you look at the gunshots that took place during his arrest, it could be equal to that of Afghanistan war in a rescue mission. Now, if you look at the number of gunshots that greeted his arrest, what I call abduction, you know that the offense must have been so severe in the minds of those who concluded and arranged this whole unholy act. And if the arrest was so serious, or abduction was that serious, Uche Musu wouldn't have been released the following day before 7 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning. That means there was nothing. It was a politically cooked up story by Opposodema and by his people. And the people behind this are mentioned. There's one Shaba. Shaba is a police officer that was the same person. They understand the story. Just what pains me in this country is that our journalists must learn to be detailed and help the people of this country, even where government is not doing their best. What happened with the same Shaba, who is the man behind Opposodema, and one Olajimeji in the anti-kidnap squad? These are the two instruments he's using in Imo State to commit all kinds of havoc. Then the same Shaba was the person who arrested me without a court order, without a court warrant. And that day, the same day, if not for a police officer who could communicate in Hausa language this speak to me and say, Rankai did the Master Kabu to Kasheka. In other words, sir, please move fast. We are ordered to kill you, they will kill you. That was I got myself into the police pickup. I wasn't dragged to the police pickup by the same Shaba has some relationship with some people at the headquarters who gives him this power over financial arrangement. That's how he began to commit this unholy act. And when he asked, the same Shaba was the person who shot my son-in-law. Again, not Uche, the one married my second daughter, who came there. He shot him, and the young man was in America for 4 months. He just came back recently. Shot him on the leg, and were looking to kill him. Now, so this is happening in a country to a man of my caliber, having governed this state for 8 years, a sitting senator. Then you can imagine what will happen to other citizens.
Let me not go there. What will happen to ordinary citizens? It could be a good day. Chicken is coming home to roast, my brothers, fellow Biafrans. Wherever you are listening from, this is Radio Biafra USA 2. I'm so sorry. I wouldn't want to go away because really this is getting more interesting every day. And we'll talk about it. We'll never stop talking about these issues. If it can happen to you, that's his story. If it can happen to me, a former governor for 8 years, what will happen to the common man? The so-called Shaba or whatever it is. Biafrans, I hope you're listening. The media people, we need a photograph. We need to know who this man is because he's the one that is Hopus Adema is using for his murderous activities. So we need to see his picture all over the place. So that goes too, because when you don't publish their pictures, they think they are hiding. Whether the Shaba is his real name, obviously it's not. That just might be a nickname. Whatever happens, what cannot be nicked is his face. When we put his face out there for people to see who he is. We're not asking to kill anybody. We're not going out there to murder any person. But at least we have to know by looking at his pictures every day. We'll see him and know that these are the people that are, hooding us and killing our children, our families. Like I say, what's his name? Rocha Sokorocha. For me, I'm not sympathizing with you guys because you know why? You people should have been able to end this nonsense that is going on. But you don't say anything until it hits you. Look at your family. They're trying to eliminate your family. Your second-in-law, according to you, according to what you have just said, they shot him on the leg. He just came back from the United States. Okay. Now they're after the one that is marrying your first daughter. So you're going to be next. Sit down there. Don't open up. Open up and tell the world the truth of what is going on because you know the truth. Don't wait until they silence you. And you know how they silence you? They're going to kill you. They're going to come after you, Rochas. There's no doubt about it. There is no doubt about it. You are dining with the devil and you are not using a long fork. When you dine with the devil, you use a very, very long fork. That's what we have been advised. And that's what intelligent people do. All right, let me remind you that Radio Biafra, Biafra is our religion. And Radio Biafra, that's where we worship. Every day we come in here, we tell you about issues that concern us. And our leader has made it very clear, and like every one of us, that if you listen to Radio Biafra, you have to be wise. Because this is our church. This is where we preach the gospel of truth. The gospel of truth will always lead us to, no matter the destination, no matter what you try to do, you cannot stop us. From here, let's say, Mazi Iyke is next. He's coming in next, and my equipment is not really behaving well this morning. It's all frozen up. So, but it doesn't matter. We'll still have to try to see if we can. I'm trying to play the national anthem, but unfortunately it's not coming up. But let me try this one. All right. Biafrans, today is gone. Tomorrow is another day. Please stay tuned. Don't go away because Mazi Iyke.
Type of nepotism or where we want to belong. They are not our fathers. Seal down anything about campaign, anything about whatever that their ambition in the Biafran land, because the more we give them that space to do their campaign and do whatever rubbish they are doing, they are thinking that they have arrived. Can't we stop every campaign?
The availability of overwhelming evidence. Yet the United States, the Africa desk at the State Department, their foreign ministry, they refused. Even till today, they are still paying some consultants to say it is farmer header clash. They came into Benue, they renamed Benue a Fulani town. They went into Plateau, they anointed their own person, the soon to be the emir of Jos. The white man will see all this evidence, but they will say no. Do you know why? Because they are being lobbied, which is another word for bribery. Fulani, they have money. They stole money to blind the whole world with their British masters, to make them not to see where we are coming from. So it doesn't matter the validity of your claim or evidence you have against Nigeria. You can present it from now to the kingdom come. They will still say no. That is why one diplomat called me by the side and advised me at the EU and said we should stop writing all these letters we are writing to them, that they are tired of it. I said, but he said, what have you done? They are coming to kill you. What have you yourself done? It is only when you do something that we, the world, can now come in and say, oh, what is the matter? But if you keep writing letters, keep lamenting, keep crying every day, nobody will come. A white man from France told me at the EU, to my face. That is why we are doing what we are doing. And we are not going to stop doing what we are doing until Biafra is restored. One thing, my dear brother, you must understand is this. We are fighting a very credible and formidable enemy. The identity we have today, whether we believe it or not, was crafted by the British. Our essence, we derive who we are from our colonial experience. That is why somebody who went to school can stand up and say to my face, you are a secessionist. A secessionist, people who have been living in their land for over 5,000 years, is seceding from something that is only 60 years old. And these are educated people, allegedly. Oh my God in heaven. We are fighting the ignorance of a black man, because most black people are naturally stupid. That is what we are fighting. Once you conquer that ignorance, everything becomes easier. Look at all the years we have been preaching. Every type of name they called us. People today in Yoruba land agitating for freedom, we are calling us names only 2 years ago. But we remain resolute and consistent. Now they have gotten our message. And I do believe that in time to come, Middle Belt will get it as well. And everybody will be free. If we are not prepared to die, there is no way we can have freedom. That is why we are going to fight with all that we have to be free. We are not going to allow them. Look at Hope Uzodinma, the Sarakin Fulani of Imo State. Some people in Imo State are calling him Governor Hope Uzodinma. And these are the people you are fighting to save. They know that Hope Uzodinma got there through the back door, that the Fulani imposed him. Abba Kyari single-handedly picked him because he's a criminal. He's a 419. That is the type of leadership they want to foist on our people, so they can control us. Our people, they went to school, they know all these things, they cannot do anything about it. Because they have no soul, they have no conscience, because they're compromised. And that is why this very effort, this very fight must continue until we win it.
Thank you so much, Mazi.
Thank you very much for calling.
Mazi, will you forgive the governors if they come back to you?
Everybody is for God to forgive. It's our duty to present them before God, and God will decide. Who am I? Am I God to forgive sin? Can I forgive sin? Can you yourself? Can you forgive sin? Can you forgive?
No, sir.
Can you forgive sin?
Not at all.
It's for God to. When they meet God, then God will decide what to do with them, whether to forgive them or not. When we pray, even the Lord's Prayer that I prayed this morning, forgive us our sins. When I was praying, I said, Nnamdi, Kanu, forgive us our sins. I said, God, forgive us our sins, as we forgive those who sin against us. It's when we present them before God, then God will decide if He is going to forgive them. Those people are evil. Do you know how many people they have killed? In their own time, 7,500 penises of our young men are in China. Nobody's talking about it. Under the watch of people you are calling your leader, our governor, under their watch, our penises is in China. 7,500 women will not get married as a result of the death of. This is the one we know. 7th is the one that we know. So that means that even your sister may not get married to somebody. Oh my God, our people, I wish we can reason. I keep praying and I say to God, don't give us anything anymore as black people, just give us common sense and the ability to reason. There are women now being born, or should I say existing right now. A minimum of 7,500 will not get married. And will go back and say, oh, she's not married, she's a wayward, she's this. Because the husband who should have married her is dead. The penis is somewhere in China. Some are in prison. Some have been killed, abducted every blessed day, under the watch of the same people that are claiming they are now coming to defend you with a watch. The same people under their watch, under the watch of these same governors, the army and the police have been abducting and killing our people, cutting and opening them up, selling their body parts abroad. Under them, these are the people claiming they're going to defend you. And some of you idiotically, oh, now we have security with the governors, the same people. Anybody that supports this Abuja teacher is part and parcel of those, in fact, has a hand in the killing, in the abduction, and in the harvesting of organs of our people. Remember Ezu River. You remember Ezu River very well. There is something that some of you do not know. Do you know that some people from SARS ran abroad to go and seek asylum? That people are going to kill them. Let me answer your question this way. When the revolution comes, the only thing that can save the people, since we can no longer protest, we can no longer change our leaders through the ballot box, the only option left is a revolution. There is no other option. No other option. I don't know. The problem in Nigeria, part of it is Yoruba journalism. Yoruba journalism is evil. Yoruba journalism, they are the ones telling you, oh, 2023, Jagaban, Asakaban, all these idiots. They keep, oh my God, you are feeling pain. They are the ones applying the ointment all the time, telling you there is hope with election. But they themselves knows very clearly that election do not work in the zoo. Because INEC is a Fulani property. They will rig election and Britain will say it was free and fair, and that's the end of the matter. Look at who puts on from number 4. Number 4, not number 2, not number 3, from number 4. In front of your eyes, Supreme Court lied, falsified the figures of INEC in a country that claims they're civilized. Why shouldn't I call Nigerians animals? Why shouldn't I call Nigeria a zoo? Useless people everywhere. That is what we are fighting. If you know the worst thing to fight in this life is ignorance. Ignorance is a demon. That is why in the Western world where you are, anybody who defeats, there are some unseen evil in society. Ignorance, poverty, deprivation, hunger, homelessness. They are demonic. That is why if you defeat hunger, they call you a saint. They call you maybe St. George, St. Matthew, or whatever, because you have defeated something that the eyes cannot see. You know, if I'm fighting with you now, I can see you. Maybe you hit me, I hit you back. But you are fighting something that is invisible. Hunger is invisible. Deprivation is invisible. Poverty is invisible. For you to fight and conquer it, oh my God in heaven. You don't know. That is what we are fighting. We are fighting an invisible enemy, but I thank Chukwukika in heaven that we are winning. Yoruba journalism, believe you me, is worse than SARS. Yoruba journalism is so virulent, it's untrue. I pray that they repent. I pray that they repent. That Nigeria is still standing today is partly down to Yoruba corrupt journalism. They are the problem, and that is why the Fulanis have taken their forest over. That is why the forest of Yoruba land is gone to Fulani Janjaweed. Because of the evil of Yoruba journalism. Had they stood on the path of the truth to say that IPOB did nothing, Biafrans did nothing, you cannot kill them, you cannot be doing what you're doing, we wouldn't be where we are today. Things would have changed. But now, as I say, I can't see how going on. Now,
the time that Pastor daughter was killed, it dawned on them that what Nnamdi Kanu is saying is correct after all. What those people, IPOB, Biafrans are agitating for, maybe that is highly legitimate. Now they are agitating as well as we are doing. And we wish them well. The same way we are discussing corrupt politicians in our land is how Yoruba people should be discussing corrupt journalism. Corrupt Yoruba journalism is responsible for the suffering and pain of the people in the zoo. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my Lord. Thank you.
We are live and we are direct, and of course, heaven is bearing us witness. We are whiter than white and whiter than snow. That is why everything we say always come to pass. Always come to pass. It must come to pass because heaven is with us. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you're calling us from, if you may.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Leonard.
You're calling from where?
I'm calling from UAE.
United Arab Emirates. Please go ahead, we're listening.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I have a contribution to make, sir. Actually, this is my first time to reach you for many years now. This is my first time. I will come today. It's a blessed day to me. Regarding the leaders that will emerge in Biafra land, whenever Biafra comes, I have a contribution to make. And I believe that the lawmakers, those will be the lawmakers, they are listening as well. To all political holders, I am saying that anybody that will emerge as a political holder, his or her family must be in Biafra land. His children, everything, wife must be in Biafra land. Not the ones that you are a leader, your children are schooling abroad. No. It must be under the law as a law. And that type of law should be under rigid law, not flexible. It must never be changed. All the children must be in Biafra land. Hospital, everything, you are sick, you must be treated in Biafra land. Not the type that you are sick, you'll be flown abroad for treatment. Another one is for the so-called governors. Please, sir, they have done a lot. And we have endured a lot. As the previous scholar has said, if one of them is down, I think others will learn. Keeping them, romancing them will never solve an issue. Keeping them, romancing them, complaining, crying, it will never solve any issue. When one is down, others will learn. So these are my two areas of contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling, and I welcome it. There is something called fallout and consequences. Can we handle it? I can, but can you? Those guys, they are evil. Believe you me, they are evil. The caller on the line, can you hear me?
Yeah, good morning, sir. Hello.
Good morning to you. Raise your voice for me, please.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Is it okay, sir?
It's better now. Your name and where you're calling from?
Okay. My name is Austin. I'm from
Igodo. The key that opens the key. The key that opens the key. My goodness.
Yes,
Go ahead,
sir.
please.
Yes, sir. I'm calling from Italy. I want to know, all of us now, we are all one because we are Biafrans.
Of course.
We should have love for each other.
Yes.
So my question now to you, when are we going to change this narrative? Because this governors, this killer, this demonic, this blood sucker, they kill us to gain their position in politics.
Yes.
To become a governor, president, whatever they want to achieve. So when are we going to change now to start killing them? Because our brothers are dying every day. I'm telling you, there's somebody I'm with him for many years. We are together. He just visited Urana. He's gone. He's gone.
My goodness.
He's gone. He went to Ebony. He's gone. He's not coming back here again. He's not coming back. I'm not seeing him again. Only phone call. Then he's gone. He's gone. When are we going to? Who man is not supposed to see today? What is happening? When are we going to take what the land belongs to? The land belongs to us. It didn't belong to them. Protecting their children. My Lord, when are we going to get the narrative? This is just my own time. Please, please.
We need to start. It has to be a revolution. I agree with you.
Yes.
And as our brother is, it has to be a revolution. Because the thing is that you cannot protest. You cannot change your leaders through the ballot box. They are killing you every blessed day. There is nothing that you can rise up and say, oh, I'm proud of this very thing where I come from. The only alternative is a revolution. And as I said to them during NSAS, when they introduced their tribe and religion and all that nonsense, as I said, that is why Yoruba journalism is evil. When they introduced their tribe and their religion and all that rubbish, because they want a Yoruba man to be president in 2023. They never knew that they were mortgaging or sacrificing the future of their own children. We must rise up in a revolution. If you allow, let's say, a group of people to do it, they will label it a tribal takeover of Nigeria. I know them very well. That's what they do. Britain is in control of, I wouldn't say control of world media, but they have significant influence. Fulani, they have over $30 billion to bribe anybody bribable to make sure that their own narrative is what gains traction at the end of the day. What we are going to do is very simple. We continue this campaign we are on until the people will one day come out on the streets and say, we are no longer going back unless you give us a referendum. And when that happens, every politician will be in trouble. We must be able to rise up and confront this evil. As the previous caller said, what we are going to have in the new Biafra. Nobody can travel, not nobody. If you're a politician, you cannot travel abroad for medical treatment. There'll be no siren when you're going to work in the morning. If you cannot take public transport like other people, you go home and you sit down. The only people who can travel with siren is the president or the prime minister of the various ethnic nationalities we have. Let's say Igodom, their premier will be able to travel, not even with siren, with dispatch riders, because there'll be no noise. The only people that can make noise is the fire service, the police, and the ambulance. Nobody else can make noise. Your children, not even school in Biafra land, they will go to the nearest school to your house. The nearest hospital, when you're sick, you cannot travel more than outside the nearest hospital to your house. These are the things you're going to have in place. Such things cannot obtain in the zoo. And then Biafra land, there will be no generator. Forever, from the president down. If the president, if we don't have light, the president will not have light. If we don't have light, not even president, the prime minister will not have light. If we don't have light, the politicians will not have light. So there will be no generator. We must make sure that our national grid is working to give us power 24 hours a day without fail. For you to have all these things in the zoo called Nigeria, or for our lives to be better, I agree with you, there has to be a revolution. A very serious, bloody revolution. But let me tell you one thing about why revolution can never work in Nigeria. It can never work. Let me use the NSAS as an example. During NSAS, Fulani managed to convince their servants, the Hausas, not to come out to protest, to join the NSAS protest. Because being black people, all they saw, all they wanted to see is a Nigeria they can take advantage of. That's all they wanted to see, is a Nigeria they can take advantage of. Because they think that they are very smart. They think they are very, very smart. So what they wanted to do is, you people in the South, you can kill yourselves, so we inherit Nigeria now. When you have people thinking that way, how can you be in a country with them? How is that possible? How is that possible? I ask you. That is something that our people must understand. That is why everybody must conduct this very revolution in their own village. Yoruba, do revolution where you come from. We are also going to do our own where we come from. And that is something that most people must understand. That is something that we are working towards, and that is why we are going to win in the end. We understand the zoo. We know their mindset. We know how they think. We understand that very, very well. And that is why we are doing the best we can today to make sure we educate our people sufficiently enough to understand what needs to be done for us to gain this freedom that we're all yearning for. Thank you very much, my dear brother. Thank you very, very much. I'm so sorry you lost your friend. Thank you very much, and remain blessed. Remain blessed. Thank you very, very much. We are live and we are direct. And of course, heaven, as always, is bearing us witness. Heaven is bearing us witness as we speak. Let us go to the line to see if there are people there to call us, or should I say, give us the benefit of their own opinion. Absolutely, as always, this one has crashed totally and completely. I mean, the WhatsApp, the number I've just given to you, is not even, people are not even allowing, it can't even ring. To make matters worse, it cannot even ring. It's not even ringing out. Let us go to the line to see if we have people there. Oh my word. So many people trying to get through to us. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? The caller on signal. The caller on signal, can you hear me?
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, please. Your name and where you're calling us from?
Tom from Sapele.
From Sapele, please go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to ask a question. I'm from Ijoland.
Yes, go ahead.
I know you are not familiar with Ijo's side, so I will use Ebonyi State as an example.
Who said I'm not familiar with Ijo side? Who said I'm not familiar? Who said that? I am familiar. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. So my question is that, no, you were saying that some Igbos are in Kogi State.
Yes.
Okay. So if they want to conduct referendum and those that in Kogi State doesn't win the majority, will they still join the Biafra?
Yes, because our referendum is going to be conducted based on ethnicity, not based on boundary drawn up by one Janjaweed in Abuja or Lagos before. What's the meaning of Kogi State? What's the meaning of Kogi? One idiot woke up one morning and decided to draw a boundary. No, it will be based on ethnicity. Those things that we were before the white man came. Before the white man came, you are a Joe. Is that correct?
Yes.
There are Ijo people in Delta. Is that correct?
Yes.
Ijo people is it in Ondo? Is that correct?
Ondo State, yes, sir.
Ijo people in Rivers.
Yes, sir.
Ijo people in Bayelsa.
Yes, sir.
Then, when we conduct a referendum, it will be Ijo people in all these areas that I've mentioned as one Ijo block, voting if they want to be part of Biafra or they want to be slaves to Fulani Janjaweed. The same thing everywhere. The same day that we conduct the referendum for Igbo people, it will be Igbo people in Benue State, Igbo people in Kogi State, Igbo people even in Igbo land, those that identify themselves as Igbo, which is a Banke, Igbo people in Delta State, Igbo people, remember, in Cross River, Igbo people in Akwa Ibom, Igbo people in Rivers. It's endless. They will now come together to decide if they want to be part of Biafra or not. That's how it's going to be done. I cannot sit down somewhere and one idiot will tell me, oh, Igbo land is only 5 states, 5 of the Southeast. Our brother asked earlier from New York, why is it that those that went before us, they got it wrong and we got it right? And I said, if you claim you are a leader and you allow your people to be balkanized and bastardized into different states that you have no control over, then you are not a leader. You are not a leader of your people. Look at it. What is wrong with it? Even if I want a job to be a nation on their own, that is my preference in life. I want a job to be a nation of their own, to have their own prime minister running the affairs of a job land with a job value system. That's what I want for everybody. Freedom for everybody. But our people don't understand it. If you go it alone, you cannot win. It's as simple as that. If you do it alone, you can never win. But together we win. We come back, and then everybody to your tent, O Israel. Thank you very much for your question. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, sir.
A very intelligent question. Thank you very much. Thank you. From Sapele, of course. When we finish our the referendum campaign will be so sweet, isn't it? All the arguments, all the history that have been hiding from us, we now reveal it. Because they're going to ask me, why do you want a Jolan to be part of Biafra? Then there's history I've not told you yet. Oh, I'm waiting for the campaign for referendum. Then I will unleash it. Then they'll be the ones crying and embracing me, saying, oh, I never knew before. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you are.
Thank you.
Can you hear me? You are listening to your... Yeah, turn down your system, please. Turn it down. Turn it down and listen to us. Good morning, sir. Good morning to you. Your name and where you're calling from?
I'm calling from Nsuka, Enugu State.
Nsuka, Enugu State. What is happening? What is your name? Your first name only, please.
My name is Ozemena.
Ozemena. What is happening in Enugu today? Are the Fulani still killing and rampaging?
Yes, sir. Fulani attack Ibagwani day first day, sir.
2 days ago, Ibagwani. Did we repel them? Did we stop them?
No, they come in by 10 o'clock in the night, sir.
They came in the middle of the night?
Yes, sir.
Has the Enugu State governor said anything?
He hasn't said anything yet.
Enugu State governor hasn't said anything yet?
Yes, sir.
After an attack against his people in Ibagwani. And this and he's a leader. Unbelievable.
Yes, sir.
A man that I happen to like very much is unbelievable. And I don't know what makes people leaders. Your people are being killed and you're quiet. And you're quiet. Anyway, go on. Ask your question or tell us what you want to do this morning.
Please, we need your help, sir. A lot, sir. Please.
Where exactly do you want us to come in? Which territory is having problem now? Tell us.
Nsuka West, as my background, Okutu.
I am sure that men on the ground are listening. Men does it mean that the Fulanis, they have a camp there, a settlement there, illegal settlement?
They have a camp, sir.
Where is the camp located?
Okuje side, Okuje forest.
My goodness. It seems there are so many, we drive them from one side, they go to another. That is called the Afro. Like running stomach. You go to one side, they go to the other side. Huh? How many are these people? Do they ever finish? My goodness. No, we'll do it. It will be done. You will come back next week Friday and tell me what happened. Because we're going to move into that area. Of course we are going to. It's Eastern Security Network. Anywhere we are needed, we go there immediately. We are everywhere. Where is it? That is a bad one is under attack as well. Where is the Ipob teacher? Where is it? Just making mouth. People stand up and talk rubbish and go back to the comfort of their homes with their siren every day. Fulani, they are very clever. They chose idiots to preside over our lives. That is why things are the way they are today. But it can no longer continue. It can no longer continue. We are live and we are direct. This is early in the morning. It is to 9 in the blessed land of Biafra. I should say, I think it's about 11 minutes to 9 a.m. in the morning. We are live and people are calling us from all over the world. My goodness. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you are, if you may. The caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? For the final time, can you hear me?
Good morning, my leader.
Good morning to you.
Very, very clearly.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, my name is I'm calling you from America, New York.
From New York. Thank you very much.
Yes, bros.
From Bronx.
My leader, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy someone just called now complaining of what is happening in Nsuka. It happened to be where I come from. I come from a place called Nnamdi.
Nnamdi, yes.
And Nnamdi, yes, Nnamdi has become a new abode for all the Fulani that we are chased out from Ono and Abakaliki. All the surrounding villages, because we are located at the border with the Benue. All the bordering villages in that very community have been overtaken by new Fulani settlers. So
we are moving there. You will hear the story in the next few days. We are moving to that place to even push them further into Upper Benue.
Right,
we are moving there. What you hear what will happen? You hear it.
One other question, my leader. Please, I want you to explain to us what you mean by chain of command before I ask my question, sir.
Chain of command is very simple. The order governing, every order comes from me. And I give it to those below me, to pass to those below them, until it gets to the field officers we have. That is the chain of command. That order comes from only one source, from me.
Yeah.
And no other person.
All right, sir.
Yes, that's what it means.
Why I ask this question is because in the Nsukka district,
yes,
there was an internal problem, internal crisis, and the new continental rep, who is Tarimi, he questioned the national coordinator of Biafra land and even the state coordinator from Enugu state, and went down to the district and removed the district coordinator and brought somebody that just joined the struggle last year, and the thing is steering the...
No, it shouldn't happen that way. He should not be contacting, he should not have a hand. Africa Continental Rep deals with only national coordinators, does not have any involvement in the day-to-day running of the family on the ground. That is our structure. That is how it's going to be. That is how we are structured.
I know that. That's why I wanted to hear from you, because I know he's listening. He just wants to ruin everything in our community, in our own district. He removed our district coordinator.
Are you sure he was the one that removed him?
Yes, I spoke with him before the day he went to our district. I even told him because of...
No, he shouldn't. Our Africa rep should be traveling to African countries and dealing with national issues. The issue in that very place should be dealt with by the Enugu State Coordinator, under the guidance of Biafra Land Coordinator. If there is anything that our Africa rep wants to see done on the ground, he will tell the national coordinator of Biafra Land, who will now tell the state coordinator. And in fact, his remit stops at the national level, not the local level.
Yeah.
Yes, to stop any
I
discussion.
want to conclude by saying I know that they are listening. The former district coordinator may not come back, but the person he put there now is just like Opus Odimma. He just joined the struggle last year, and I don't think it will be good for us, especially now that we are facing the struggle. Thank you, my leader.
Thank you very much for calling. Thank you very much from the USA, of course. We are live and we are direct. Isn't it very funny how, can you see how all the Umunchoncho baby saboteurs, we are defeated with consistency, truth, and sound argument. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. They have been reduced to nothing. Let me tell you one thing that some of you may struggle to understand. Our people, some of you prefer to showcase your strength at home, like the idiots at Ubunike yesterday, robbing a bank with the help of DSS to say it's IPOB that did it. You cannot go outside. Look at now in Enugu, that is full an idea. You won't go there and do courtism. You are a hard man. We need you in Enugu now to go and fight the Fulani. You are in the village disturbing people. The same way that Sabo behaves. Sabo take these young ones that they give data money 2,000 naira every week for a charge, and they go online to be talking rubbish. Fools everywhere. How far? I ask them. How far? I'm asking them. Because they understand that we are formidable. Their masters could not defeat us. Now they have sent some idiots within to try making a fool of themselves. I want to call somebody who called me all the way from Germany. I want to get them back on this very program. If you're lucky, we will try to call you back. If you are fortunate, that is. I have the caller now on the line. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. My name is Edwin Okolo.
Your name is what?
From Kogi State. Edwin Okolo from Kogi State.
Say that name again so the world will hear you. What is your name and where are you from?
Okolo Edwin from Kogi State.
Okolo Edwin.
Kogi State.
Are you an Igbo man? Or you a Kogi man?
Yes, I'm original Igbo from Kogi State.
And Ohaneze is saying 5 southeastern states. And they claim they are leaders. Your name is Okolo. You are an Igbo man. You are indigenous to a place they carved into Kogi State. And people are telling me that you're from the north. So that when the caliphate is speaking, they're talking about you as a northerner. Do you accept that?
No, the problem in Eastern region is the problem is governor. The governor of Eastern, they are very bad. They are the one that allow the Fulani people to come and do rubbish in their area. Even in my own place in Kogi State, we live in our place in Isbaji. We don't allow Fulani to. We don't recognize Fulani as a human being. When I was very small, I used to ask my father, "Is Fulani are they a human being or animal?" Because they always be in the bush. We don't recognize them, don't take them, don't see them as a human being. But I wonder why Fulani they are over everywhere in Igbo land. They killing people. And they cannot try it and shoot one person in the Kogi State. We'll kill them all and kill the cow and throw it in the River Niger. But we wonder why all these things happen in from north to Imo State. How does it? I'm surprised. How come?
From Mali, you're saying not? They come from Gambia, all the way from Gambia to Okigwe, at Atoloba. From all the way from Gambia. And we say we have governors. What is paining me is that people like you are called northerners. Kogi State is not. Do you know now they can't put Kogi State as part of his Biafra? You are the evidence as to why I put Kogi State as part of Biafra. Because they carved the Biafrans into Kogi State.
I reject to be not. I'm not a not. I reject to be not. Kogi State is not a not. It's only that how Kogi like a tongue. Inside the teeth. No, tongue is inside. The teeth cover tongue. See, Kogi says have border with Anambra State, have border with Enugu State, then have border with Delta State by River Niger, have border state by Edo State. It's a little bit far from it. Kogi says it's supposed to be peace. It's supposed to be
unbelievable.
It's supposed to be not.
Unbelievable. Britain.
It's all this dividing and sharing of these things that causes the problem. And what is there is the youth all the youth in Igbo land have to wake up. Because we don't wait for our governor, we don't wait for anybody. We don't wait for anybody to anywhere we see Fulani with cow. We don't listen to king. We don't listen to anybody. Anywhere we see Fulani come with cows, we pursue them immediately. We don't take any order for anybody. We youth, we are very, very organized.
Thank you very much.
The youth have wake up.
We are waking up. I'm not a youth, of course. I'm an elderly man now. We have woken up, and the youths are doing the needful.
What I'm trying to say.
Go ahead.
The youth at home, I'm saying, the youth at home.
Yes.
The youth at home have to wake up.
And they have woken up, I assure you. Anybody doing cultism, go and look for the nearest Fulani and do your cultism there. Not in the village. If we catch you, you're a gunner. Go and do your cultism against Fulani. As they are doing in Ibaji, in Kogi, that they claim is part of Fulani Caliphate. It will not be well with all those people, I'm telling you. Thank you very much, my dear brother, for this very enlightening call this very morning. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. I remember he is in Germany. So we are told he is in Germany. He's from Ibaji in Kogi. And he's supposed to be a northerner. When they say we northerners cannot, they include him. Zoo. Yes, please, my dear brother, on the line, your name and where you're calling us from.
My name is Machubu Anthony. I'm calling from India.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
I'm very happy today that I got you. And once again, I say, may Shugo Okikodiama guide you and protect you.
You see?
And once again, I try to tell our people, wherever community is in Igbo land and Biafra land, try and join hand and chase Fulani from your land. I could remember from my town, Anam is the one fighting for the Fulani. Even this year they came. They gathered themselves and chased Fulani out. No matter whatever governor are doing, the bush, the Fulani are dominating. Even the governor, Obiano, don't care about the people they are attacking in Anambra. Means you cannot allow them to attack you or attack your community. Let every community gather together. No matter whatever governor, senator, those criminals are saying, chase the Fulani out of your land. That is only one thing I have to say this morning. Let every community join hand and chase Fulani out of their land.
Thank you very
much. Are dying. We all are dying.
Yes.
Every woman be ours ready to die. If you are ready to die, Fulani will run away from your land. Thank you, Nnamdi.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your call, and I accept we must all make sure that wherever we find them, we drive them away. The Fulani people living inside the township, we can allow them to stay in the township, there is no problem. But in the bush, the answer is a capital no, we don't want them in our bushes. The date we have on YouTube, and I believe also on my Twitter, is 4th of April. It is wrong. I don't know why it's coming up with 4th of April. I don't know. It's not 4th. It's a live presentation, question and answer today, being Friday, the 16th of April. I don't know why it's showing 0404, please. So do not be discouraged. You're listening to a live presentation. The time now is 3 minutes past 9 a.m. in the blessed land of Biafra. And we have come to the end of our program this very morning. Next week, Friday, we're going to be live on air. And I think maybe this question and answer, we should allow it to run for at least 3 hours to allow as many people as possible to air their opinion and also advise us as well. You know, everything we
in the answer, all of them were confused because everybody were in the street. Even our own women, our men, they were in the street. All of them were confused. They were running around, sir.
Seen ESN everywhere, waxing very strong. They won't talk about it. They saw our sisters who were being raped. We've just released them. For them alone, we paid over 9 million. Nobody will talk about it. Nobody will come to IPOB and say, all this money you're spending to release people from Abuja, where are you getting it from? Nobody will ask that stupid question. Because they are idiots and they're fools.
What do we do? Where do we go from here? Our leader is being mistreated. Our people are being mistreated. Nobody's speaking. Nobody's talking. What we do is watch. We continue to watch. Whatever we are watching, heaven knows. And those that surround us, that pretend to be our neighbors, what are they saying? Nothing. They're not saying anything. All they do is sit down and look. What is their reason? It does not concern me. You see them commit crime, or they say unknown gunmen. They commit heinous crime, unknown gunmen. Oh, who are the unknown gunmen? Oh, IPOB. They know that you are strong. Even if you don't believe in yourself. The criminals, those that committed the crimes, are still there. They're still there. We tend to know but we don't do anything. We tend to understand, but we don't show that we understand. We don't show it. And when will we show what we know? Your children are being abducted, killed, called IPOB. Yes, they are indigenous of Biafra. They are indigenous people of Biafra. The ancestral descendants. Descendants of our ancestors. When you play politics, when you do certain activities that doesn't bode well, you give your enemies chance. Let me give you an example. 13th of December, the military arrested our young men, our youth. Chukwuka Obianeri, Gregory Onwenyagba, Simon Chidobe, Chidera, Nnamdi, Kingsley Ikenna, Oyimado, Onwujuba Kelechi, Uchechukwu Ehirim, Sylvester Mbadike, Vincent Chidebere, Livinus Obia, Dennis Okonkwo, Uwa Baronye Uwa, Chuka Nzomiwu, Sunday Nwajebeche, Chimezie Nwajebeche. These are families. Ugo Obianeri, Onomajuru Joseph, Onomajuru Chisom, Chikezie Okoha, Ifechukwu Eze Ifede, Obiana Kwere, Chigozie Onyenekurum Chidebere. These are Biafrans. These are youths abducted by the Nigerian army. What are their crimes? They are indigenous people of Biafra. They are young men. And the question is, if you watch them, you have their fathers, you have our elders, you have our representatives, you have our senators, you have our church pastors, you have whatever. What are they saying? Okay. Now, look at the other aspect of the issue. The fallout from Okorocha's saga. Is what nothing. The Christian Association of Nigeria, we've been telling them that they are derelict in their duties. They are not talking. They seem to be part of the problem we are having. And when we say they don't understand what we're saying, now you see the Ozoblo church issue, the Kanu did not address it. The attack on churches in the north, Kanu did not address it. They did not put their foot down. Rather, they say, let us pray. Let us keep going. And then the brazen assault on church on Sunday in Nunkwere on Uchenwosu is an example. Daytime banditry. And now Kanu decided to speak because it's politically
by the special grace of God, the chairman of Christian Association of Nigeria Imo State chapter and the leader of the church in the states for now. press release. Can support end of banditry in Imo State. Apologize to the Anglican Communion. The Christian Association of Nigeria CAN Imo State chapter hereby apologizes to the Anglican Church over the recent incident of arrest of Uche Nwosu in one of its parishes. We believe that this could have been avoided, as the umbrella body of the Christians in the state. We support efforts by security agencies to bring any person fingered of involvement in any form of criminality in our state to book. But the security agencies must be mindful of the mode of operations to avoid offending the sensitivities of our people and unwilling of the mode of operations to avoid offending the sensitivities of our people and unwilling be mindful of the mode of operations to avoid offending the sensitivities of our people and unwilling be mindful of the mode of operations to avoid offending the sensitivities of our people and unwilling of the mode of operations to avoid offending the sensitivities of our people and unwilling of the mode of operations to avoid offending the sensitivities of our